Well, hello everyone! Hopefully you guys had a good week and you're ready for a good weekend. It looks like my OBS is not liking YouTube right now, so I need to reconnect my dang YouTube because for whatever reason it likes to just magically not show me any of the YouTube chats for whatever reason. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. Late Jason Scar! Good seeing you. I hope you have your diaper ready. That story made you pee. What? Sweet. Welcome, Jason. Run in circle for several hours. Only to the left. Only to the left. Let me go look over at the YouTube. Chats. Scrap the HUD a bit. Scrap the no-HUD bit, and I'll start watching again. Martin! That's half the fun, dude. Half the fun is me struggling. You got to make it more difficult because I play on permadeath all the time. So how do you make it more difficult? Turn off the HUD. That way. It's really all about me paying attention, which I'm not going to do. Jason will be late. Never late. Never late. What are you talking about? And hello, Eva. Hello. Good seeing you over there on YouTube. Now that my chat bot is actually showing me all the chats. Jason, are you still playing Crimson Desert? I haven't in a while. When was the last time I played Crimson Desert? I have it. Yeah, I haven't played it in like a month. Let me show you. I haven't played it since April 17th. So about a month ago, a little less than a month ago. That was the last time I played it. I need to get back in there because they've been putting out updates and patches. So I definitely need to get in there and play some more. Or play some Crimson Desert. I haven't in a long time, though. We've seen you die so many times. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died before, Bao. Never. Never. You know, Zane going on an explosive flight. What? What? But we are playing No Man's Sky today. So let's switch over to the game stream. Hopefully I can have that one not showing anything. Son of a gun. There it is. Put my beautiful face on here, the alerts, all that kind of stuff. So we are going to be playing a no-HUD challenge in No Man's Sky. And actually, let me see if I can do this. So I'm going to try to put the rules in on Twitch as well as on YouTube. So on YouTube, you can look down below in the description and get the rules. Let's see if I could do it on Twitch. Sometimes if I do it as a pinned message, it will stay there, but I don't know if that works. I don't know if that works. Let's see. There we go. Boom. There. It looks like it might be okay. It looks very terrible though. That's okay. Those are the rules. They're pinned over on Twitch. I have to find a way. Like, there's no description or anything like that you can do on Twitch for you guys to kind of just go over and look. So on YouTube, there's like the description box with all that stuff in it. But yeah, not so much over on Twitch. But we are going to be playing a no-HUD challenge on a no-starter ship challenge. So just to make it that much more difficult. But essentially, the whole idea of this challenge is you start a brand new save. You set all the settings up to maximum, as high as they'll go for difficulty. And then when you start the game, when you get into the game, you have to wait till you actually start playing to turn off the HUD. And when you do that, you can't see anything. You can pull up your visor and you get a little bit of information, but not much. And the idea is find a brand new ship, ignore the one they give you to begin with, find a brand new one or buy one. If you save up enough money, you can buy one, and escape the atmosphere. Once you leave the planet, your challenge complete. So we'll see. We'll see. And we'll do that. Of course, we're going to rant and rave and talk about stuff as well. New game. We're going to do a custom game and everything. We're going to go to permadeath just because it helps me set everything up to the highest difficulty here. We're not going to do an abandoned yet. Maybe if we get this one done quick enough, we'll try abandoned. Abandoned is even more difficult because nobody is going to land, so I can't buy any ships. I have to literally find it. Done. There we go. I'm not going to lock it simply because if I want to show that I'm on maximum difficulty. I can't. If you lock the difficulty, you can't even go into the difficulty menu. I wish they would let you show your difficulty settings. It was just locked. Like they wouldn't let you change anything. If you select lock on this menu, it'll like prevent you from even going into this. Like when I start playing the game, I won't be able to show you all of these settings. I wish they would just change that to where I could see it, but I can't change it. Because yeah, there's plenty of times where I'm like, hey, I would love to show you, but it's locked, so I can't do anything with that. All right. I really like the music. This is from No Man's Sky. This is their brand new. They did a revamped or a re-release of the No Man's Sky soundtrack. This is one of the awesome, awesome tracks from that new album they put out. So this is in the game. I think that was last summer. So it would have been in July, maybe August of last year, 2025. They put out a new album soundtrack for No Man's Sky with updated music because they've added music over time. It just wasn't included on the original soundtrack that released in 2016. And so now they have the new stuff, and it's pretty awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. And then Firedog, thank you for resubscribing or for subscribing over on Twitch. Very, very much appreciated. I could have sworn, didn't you subscribe the other day, Firedog? I thought you did. Oh, no, maybe you gifted a member or gifted a sub the other day. Either way, I appreciate that. 07 Firedog. Oh, yeah, we should probably switch over to the actual game music. There it is. And then Firedog with a gifted sub as well over on Twitch. Very, very, very much appreciated, Firedog 07. But everything all good here. Let's start. This is the song that played at the start of every game. I don't think I've ever heard it after the beginning of a new game. So it was, I believe they also used it for when you discover the purple systems. They play that song as well when you're discovering purple systems. But yeah. I thought I did the other day. I did too, Firedog. I thought you did too. Maybe it's just a weird, maybe it's a weird Twitch thing. I don't know. But I appreciate you, 007 for the gifted and for subscribing over on Twitch, man. I can't get YouTube to let me subscribe, so I'm here. Hey, whatever one works for you. That's the thing. That's why I'm trying to stream in both. So the way I kind of have my streams set up is YouTube is like the higher resolution, so it's a little bit more delayed, but it's higher resolution. It should play a little bit crisper. Twitch is going to be more of the, if you want to be right now, it's a little bit lower resolution. It's going to be a little fuzzier, but it's immediate. And for some people, Twitch works better than YouTube. For vice versa, some people, YouTube works better than Twitch. So it's just whatever your, whatever you want to do, whatever your flavor is. All right, HUD is disabled. Speaking of that, we also need to go in and turn off PvP. Don't want anyone sneaking in here and messing me up PvP style. Nope, no one. All right. Done. All right, everyone's all in here. We're all good. There we go. Boom. There. That way I don't get murdered by maybe a Scar sneaking in here. All right. I mean, we are on a cold planet as well. You guys know cold planets are good luck for me. So, no HUD. We don't have anything. Even if I pull up my visor. You get, like, coordinates and stuff, but I can't see any markers. I can't see if there's a building nearby. I can't see any of the minerals or anything like that. So, nothing. I get a little bit of information, but that's about it. Let's get in this cave. Because there's going to be some beautiful cobalt in here. Maybe. You're going to give me cobalt? Thank you. Are you about to die? Yeah, you are. Okay, it just took a extra few seconds to do that. Let's move these around. That way I can set it up for later on if I get anything. Wild Turkey with the 10 gifted subs over on Twitch, dude. Insanely generous. Wild Turkey. Everyone's a sub. Everyone's a member. Because Wild Turkey has been just donating gifted subs and members over on YouTube and Twitch for like the last couple of weeks, dude. Very, very, very much appreciated, man. And then Wild Turkey with a 20 gifted over on YouTube. Man, holy smokes, dude. Very, very much appreciated. Wild Turkey, insanely generous. Insanely generous, dude. Oh, 7. I don't know who is left to get a membership. Last couple weeks, you probably hit everybody who's watched, man. YouTube's just going to start giving out gifted members to, like, just random people who've never watched before. They're like, hey, I got a weird random, like, sub over on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, 7, man. Very much appreciated. Wild Turkey. Boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to get all my my cobalt ready to go. We got some sodium. That'll be okay. But yeah, so get some cobalt, get some ferrite dust, and we'll just start trekking across the entire planet and seeing if we can find a ship. And if we do it too quickly, we'll do another run, and we'll do an abandoned mode run where there's nobody landing or anything like that. You can use photo mode to get a drone type view. You can, absolutely. It'll give you a bird's eye view, and you can change it from day to night or vice versa. That way you get a little bit better of an idea of what's around. There we go. There we go. Yeah, everyone's becoming a member. Good Lord. Everybody. Everybody's a member now. Oh, 7. Very, very much appreciated. Wild Turkey. What is going on here? Oh, I don't have any. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then we know there's an exploit of if you have a broken scanner, it will save you from your extreme hazard. Permadeath? Yes, it is, Chalamancer. Yes, it is. It's actually beyond permadeath. It's extreme. So on permadeath, I believe they have the limit set to 500 on your inventory. I'm on extreme, which is even lower. It's 300. It kind of breaks the game. The game is not balanced for this, like, inventory set. Generally, you want to set it to just permadeath and not mess with it too much because they don't play test for 300. They play test for 500. And thank you, Paul. Yes, definitely.
Dashboard Devil has become a traveler.
Dashboard Devil.
Excited for TH 10 years anniversary.
Yes.
Any predictions?
I don't know. Like, and thank you for being a member for 25 months, over 2 years, Dashboard Devil. Very much appreciated. So, if they go by the schedule they're keeping now, it's usually every 2 months we get an update. Last update was April 8th, meaning May, June. So it'd be June we would see an update. Now, who knows? They can go faster. They can take longer. Maybe they wait. Maybe they don't put an update out in June. Maybe they wait until August, and then they put out an update. But if they do it in June, that means we can have 2 months until August until we have another update. So we might have 2 more updates before the 10-year anniversary. Or they could make us wait and say, no, we're going to save it all up and just do one big one in August. We don't know. They never announced any of that stuff, so I have no idea. But I'm hoping they do something for the 10-year anniversary, right? I'm hoping they say, hey, you know what? Here's a big thing that everyone's been asking about or wanting in the game. Or maybe something we never expected ever. Here you go. I don't know. Hoping for Light No Fire release this year? Dude, Fazical, me too. I've been saying that for 2 years now. I thought when they showed it off in 2023, I thought, oh, this is a trailer of gameplay. It looks pretty dang good. That means it's basically ready to go. It'll come out in 2024. Didn't come out in 2024. And I thought, okay, maybe they took a year to polish it up. So now it's 2025. Never came out in 2025. We're almost halfway through 2026. We haven't heard anything about Light No Fire. So I have no idea. I'm hoping we see something, a trailer, an announcement of some kind, but I don't know. All right. We're going to get out here. So normally, cold planets are my lucky planets. We'll find out soon enough. I'm here for whatever comes. Me too, man. Me too. So we talked about it, I think, last week, maybe the week before. we talked about what a potential new update would be. And I'm thinking if they go along the lines of like they just did a truck overhaul, we just got like a Pokemon pet battler system. Maybe the next update is going to be a food related update. It'll be like an overhaul on how the food works. I would love to have them like change it to where you have your basic food and then you can add a spice to it to give it a different effect. So like if you cook a piece of meat and it gives you shield protection, like an extra 10% shield, you can add salt to it and it'll give you 10% oxygen. Or you can add a pepper to it and it'll give you 10% heat protection or whatever. That would be really cool. So you could actually mix and match different kind of foods. Because right now you just basically, you cook up like, you could cook bread and then you can make bread into, you know, whatever. You can make it into cookies, biscuits. But I would love to see more in-depth like, hey, add in some salt, add in some peppers, add in a frozen tuber and it protects you against the cold for 10% or whatever. I would love some kind of a food overhaul like that. Because it's something optional. You never have to do it. Like the pet battler, like the industrial waste. It's something that if you're interested in it, it's awesome. But if you don't care about it, it's not a major part of the game. So it doesn't matter. It's fine. That would be pretty cool. I would love something like that. But I mean, who knows? We have no idea. That's a speculation on my part. We have no idea what's on the horizon. It could be a completely different update that we've never even thought of. Light No Fire before the Fallout 3 remake? I mean, at the speed that Bethesda's working? Probably. I think the big question is, do we get Fallout or do we get Light No Fire before we get Grand Theft Auto? That's the question, because Grand Theft Auto's in November. Grand Theft Auto's coming out in November. I mean, they haven't changed it yet. I think they're about to have financials for Rockstar and 2K. So we might see a delay, but I doubt it. I think they're close enough and they haven't delayed it yet. I think that they're locked in. They're like, all right, this is what it's going to be. This is when it's going to land. All right. Let's see. We get some batteries going on here. There. Beautiful. All right, let's go. Yeah, I'm hoping we see Light No Fire, at least a trailer or something this year. It's been over 2 years, like 2.5 years we've been waiting for something. And I mean, 10-year anniversary is right around the corner for No Man's Sky. The only thing I think about is, do they want to celebrate the No Man's Sky anniversary by putting out a different game or talking about a different game? Maybe. But you'd think they'd want it to be focused on No Man's Sky for the anniversary. And then let Light No Fire have its own breathing room, maybe. I don't know. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe we do get Light No Fire news or a release date or something. Maybe we get news about it right around the No Man's Sky 10-year anniversary. Under a Rock looks like an interesting game. I have not seen Under a Rock, Fire Dog. I've not seen that. I might need to check that out. Under a Rock. So is it a survival crafting game? I know we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I almost completely forgot. First Light, the new James Bond game, is coming out the end of the month in like a couple weeks. I'm like, oh God, I forgot about that. I've been so like distracted by Windrose. I haven't been paying attention to any other game. I didn't know like Conan was coming out last week. I was like, oh my God, there's too much going on. Too much going on. But I love it. But yeah, I'm losing track of everything.
Technology recharge.
Bum, bum, bum. Sean is all about the community. I think that Light No Fire on the 10th anniversary is the perfect timing. I mean, it could be. Absolutely could be. Could very well be. We're not doing a fugitive run. So we can come out here. This is a transmission tower. It'll mark a crash ship. The problem is I can't see it because I don't have a HUD. So we won't know where it is technically. Maybe I'll accidentally run into it. I don't know. So 720. Maybe I'll accidentally run into it. I don't see anything on the map here. Yeah. Nash says, I would love to play no HUD, but they also remove the important icons. I usually always turn off HUD on games. I wish there was a hybrid. Dude, Nash, I've talked about that previously. In the difficulty, or maybe even put it in the accessibility. Put in a section for the HUD right here. Give me a menu, like right down here at the bottom. Give me a HUD setting, and I can turn on and off each individual thing. Because I would turn it all off except for the mission markers. Because, yeah, you can't play the game, like, realistically. You can't play the game with no HUD, simply because they don't tell you where to go. Like, if they give you a mission, it's like, good luck, I can't see it. So, I would love for them to put in, like, a section right here, and you can turn off different elements. Like, hey, do you want your health bar? Yes or no? Do you want your shields? Yes or no? Do you want whatever? You know, tool tips? Yes or no? Do you want mission markers? Yes or no? That would be amazing. I would love, love, love that. To be able to turn it on and off. At will. But we don't have that. So, I marked a crash ship, but I just don't know where it is. So we'll just keep going, I guess. I see an antenna down there. I don't see any. So I usually look for smoke because that's either a damaged machine or a crashed ship. So that's why generally I keep my eyes peeled for smoke. There's another antenna over there. We got two different antennas right next to this thing. All right. Then we have these guys. Hey! Somebody wants to land, dang it. Dashboard Devil says, I think Sean is going to go to give the 10th anniversary plenty of breathing room before releasing Light No Fire. It could be. It could be. Like, maybe we see some news in June. Because if you guys don't know, they have a lot of game developer showcases in the beginning of June. That first week of June. You have the Summer Game Fest, the Xbox showcase. Usually Ubisoft does a showcase, EA does a showcase. A lot of gaming companies, the big companies, will do showcases in the first week of June. And they will show off brand new games that are going to come out or what they're working on or trailers or whatever. And so maybe we get a trailer for Light No Fire in June. And they say, oh yeah, it's coming out in spring of 2027 or whatever. Okay, that'll take it off the table. Be like, okay, we know everything about it now, what we need to know, so we can cool off. We know it's coming in 2027, and we can focus on we could focus on No Man's Sky for the 10th anniversary. Maybe that's the plan. They just want to put out a trailer, give us the information, the release date, some more info on what the game's going to be, where you can play it on, what platforms you can play it on. I'm assuming that it's going to be a current gen only. They're not going to put it out on PlayStation 4. They're not going to play it out. Maybe it's going to be next gen. Maybe they say, hey, look, it's going to be on PS5, Xbox Series X, and next gen consoles, PS6 and Xbox, whatever, Helix, whatever they call it. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like something like that. Give us info on when it's coming, where it's going to be, all that kind of stuff. That way we could be all done. Be like, okay, we're done with that. We can focus on No Man's Sky. Good Lord. No Man's Sky for the 10th anniversary in August.
Technology recharging.
JC gets into the game he plays sometimes. Yes, I do. Do you want glyphs for the most beautiful green forest planet? I always do. Shrek, definitely. If you're not on the Discord, you can share that on like Twitter with me if you want. But if you're on Discord, we have a Discord. We have a section in the Discord where you can share your coordinates if you'd like for some really cool stuff. Always up for that. I hope there's new lore to add to the overall story for the No Man's Sky 10th anniversary update. Daniel, we've been waiting for the Ariadne missions to kind of the storyline to kind of finish. The Void Mother, all that kind of stuff is kind of on the back burner right now. We haven't really had very many details on any of that stuff over the last couple of years. They put out the Worlds Part 1, Worlds Part 2, the fishing update. You know, all these cool updates, content updates, which are awesome. But they haven't really added much background. Like the Worlds Part 2 added purple systems, which I think kind of relates to the Void Mother, but we don't know. Like, nothing really. Let's go down here. Oh, we don't need any more of that, but we do need some cobalt. Get some of this. Out of the way, boys. Out of the way. I'm just trying to find a crash ship. Spotify has 2 albums for No Man's Sky. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Zamboni Driver. They have the original soundtrack, and then they have the new one. And I do believe the new album, the refreshed No Man's Sky album, is a double album. So a double disc. I don't know what you would call it. So yeah, it's freaking awesome. I love it. I listened to that one. I listened to Windrose. I listened to a lot of gaming soundtracks just because it's kind of nice to have it on in the background while you're playing. Like when I'm playing Windrose, I'll have the sea shanties on even if I'm just on foot. Just because, you know, you got to have that. There we go. Get some more of these, more cobalt. Oh, get some more oxygen while we're down here. That's a lot of hazardous flora, my goodness. Get him. Damn. Am I out? I am. Well, before I waste it all on the hazardous flora, I should just get my cobalt, thing I came down here for. Light No Fire will be like Elder Scrolls 6. It'll be a 15 years. No way! I'm hoping not, White Wolf. I'm hoping not. Because, yeah, they announced, I believe they announced, at least they did a teaser trailer for Elder Scrolls 6 in 2019. That is crazy. 7 years ago, they teased that they're working on Elder Scrolls 6, and it's like, okay, awesome. I don't know why you would show that off, knowing that Starfield was coming, because you had to, you know that Todd knew they were doing Starfield first. So why tell us about Elder Scrolls? I mean, I get it. You want to make sure people know about it, but we all kind of assumed Elder Scrolls was kind of a given. That they were, oh yeah, you know what? Elder Scrolls, I mean, I have a feeling they were probably announcing a whole bunch of stuff because they were right in the middle of being bought up by somebody at the time. They would come to find out it was going to be Microsoft, but I have a feeling they were just trying to show off, hey, we're working on all this cool stuff. Someone should totally buy our company for a lot of money. Do it. So I have a feeling that's what the explanation was behind the Elder Scrolls 6 teaser 7 years ago at this point. There we go. That's a good amount. Got some gold here. Well, if nothing else, it'll be done before Star Citizen. I think that most games will be. At this point, it feels like Star Citizen can't be finished, because if they finish it, that means they can stop. They have to stop taking money, right? So I have a feeling Star Citizen, it's incentivizing for sure them to not finish. Because why would you finish if everyone keeps, you know, donating and buying like the pre-alpha, like not finished game? Like, come on. That's the antenna. All right, we're gonna go head this way. But yeah, I'm hoping we see something for Light No Fire this year. I was really like positive, like, oh yeah, we'll see something in 2024, because why would they announce it and not say anything for a year? And they did. And then like, surely it's not going to be more than a year. It'll be something in 2025. Nothing. Like, oh my God. So now it's just like, well, who knows? Who knows? I'm hoping it's not like an Elder Scrolls. 7, 8 years, that's fine. You don't need to know any information. See you later, fat. See ya. Gotta go, actually. Gotta go adult for a bit. Dude, go adult. Do extra adulting for me, because I don't want to do it later on. There should be a, there should be a buried technology in here somewhere. Where are you at? Are you down? There you are. Got it. I doubt we see Light No Fire this year. I think it'll be like GTA or ES6. Maybe Focus. My ideal, my hope is that, again, in June, it's the perfect time. Announce something in June. Put out a trailer in June during the Summer Game Fest. Put out a trailer and just say, hey, look, this is what the game looks like now. It's going to be out on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch 2. Coming spring 2027. That way we all know, okay, we can cool down. We know it's coming. We have a date. So now we can just stop, like, asking and, you know, going crazy about it. And we could focus on the No Man's Sky 10-year anniversary. And I was like, okay, spring or whatever it happens to be. Maybe it's fall 2027. Who knows? Or maybe they announce it in June. They say, hey, by the way, it's out right now. I don't think they will, but maybe. I don't think they're going to shadow drop Light No Fire. It's always a possibility, but I don't think it's a high likelihood. I think that's a game they want to let everyone know it's coming, get your pre-orders in, do all that kind of stuff. That way they can kind of get ahead of the curve. If they have like a collector's edition, they have to make it, or if they even have one, they might not. I assume they will, but who knows? Maybe they don't do a collector's edition or a deluxe edition or whatever you want to call it. Maybe they just say straight up, nope, it's just the game itself. If you want some Light No Fire, here you go. Boom.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
There we go. Yeah, I would assume they want to get pre-orders and everything set, just like Grand Theft Auto. I'm still holding out. So the rumor for Grand Theft Auto is that it's going to cost $70. I'm holding out hope, maybe stupidly, that they're actually going to sell it for $60. And then they know, because it's Grand Theft Auto, everyone and their brother is going to pre-order that game. They know that they can say, hey, look, the game is $60. However, if you want to play Grand Theft Auto 5 days early, it'll cost you $100. And that's how they win, because how many people are going to go in for $100 because it's Grand Theft Auto? A ton of them. And so you make up the difference. Like, yeah, you could have sold it at $70, but they could charge $120, and I guarantee you it will still break records for a pre-order. The appetite for a Grand Theft Auto is through the roof. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see a game with that much pull. Even if Grand Theft Auto 6 is bad, it's terrible, it's crappy, the game's going to launch and it's all buggy and broken, it's going to break records on sales on that first week. It's going to kill everything. Nothing is going to be able to touch Grand Theft Auto. And so you don't have to sell it. You can sell it at 70, 80, whatever, however much you want. Oh, dang it. I thought there was going to be a ship here. However, you sell it at 60 and then you say, hey, pre-orders for 5 days early, you get it for 100. Everyone's going to buy the $100 version. So the $60 is not going to matter. You get that extra goodwill of, hey, it's actually only 60. You know, everyone bought it for 100. That's not our fault. They all bought it for 100. That's not our fault. We have a $60 version for anybody who wants to jump in and play. Because the majority of the money they're going to make anyway is going to be on Grand Theft Auto Online, and they're going to be selling shark cards and all that kind of stuff. So get as many people as you can in there. Does it really matter? Now, do I think they're going to sell it for 60? Maybe. I have a feeling that, yeah, I think the CEO came out and said they're aiming for like a $70 to $80 game. So they want to do, you know, modern pricing. Okay, I think you can get away with doing a 60. I mean, technically, They could get away with doing a $50 game and just know that everyone's going to buy shark cards like crazy.
Technology recharge.
But, you know, that's how they do it. Anyway. Only $10 a day for pre-orders. I mean, how many people, when they announce, and I have a feeling that Grand Theft Auto 6, they're going to announce pre-orders. They're going to do another trailer. They're going to say pre-orders are now available. And they're gonna give out the price, whatever it is, within the next probably month. By June, before June, they're probably maybe the end of June, maybe before the end of June, they're gonna announce pre-orders and let everyone order it on whatever platform they want. Xbox, PlayStation. I don't think it'll be on Nintendo Switch. I don't think it will. So it'll be Xbox and PlayStation. It's not gonna be on PC. They don't like doing PC launches. But they'll let you pre-order it. And so that's when they're going to be like, oh, yeah, by the way, it's this much, whatever it is. And then how many people are going to say, oh, sorry, I need to put a vacation in for this day because I need to play some Grand Theft Auto. I think it's November like 11th, I think. But yeah, so, yeah. And because you pre-ordered it, now you can say, okay, cool. I know this is how much money I need to save up to pre-order it. If it's like $100 for the 5 days early, because realistically, how many people do you think are going to wait? Like, okay, I can pre-order the deluxe edition for $100 and play it 5 days early, or I can just get the $60 version and play it on release day. That split is going to be a majority for the pre-order for the deluxe edition. Absolutely. I have no doubt that people are going to go nuts over that game. It's going to be huge. But yeah, so all that being said, I have a feeling that Light No Fire, they're going to want to have pre-orders and things like that as well. They want to let you know, hey, it's coming this day, whenever that happens to be. And so, you know, take your time off, whatever you want to do for your own thing. But here's the price. Here's the platforms you can play it on. You can pre-order it if you want. Inorio Cookie says, I'm way more excited for Fable than I am for GTA. Dude, I really want Fable to be good, but after playing Crimson Desert, I feel like Fable is not going to live up, at least for me. Like, Crimson Desert really filled that RPG, open world, fantasy hole that I had. I love Crimson Desert, and I don't see Fable being better than that. Like, maybe you can say control-wise, because the controls for Crimson Desert are very bad. Not very bad. They're not great, though. I'll say that. They're not great. But they're not terrible, but they're not good either. But I mean, other than that, like, that's... If Fable was that kind of an open world where you just walk around, there's towns everywhere, go to a location and you find a random chest that has cool boots in it that give you the electric power to punch people, like, that's what I want out of a Fable game. I want to just traverse the world and find a chest that has a chest armor in it that gives me the ability to light people on fire. I want to find a sword in a random cave at the edge of the map that allows me to freeze enemies. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. You heard the new update? I saw that they put out a post on it. I need to go back and start playing it. I have not played it in like the last month. Since they've been adding a lot more to the game. So I definitely need to go back and play some Crimson Desert.
At F6 Ironclad 60 has just donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Hey Jason, speaking of pre-orders, have you pre-ordered AC Black Flag Resynced?
I have not, but I'm in a different scenario. So generally, whenever it comes to games like that, I will reach out, I'll email the company and say, hey, I'd love to have a review copy of your game. And it's never a guarantee. I don't deserve like a review copy. I always ask ahead of time, though. And sometimes you get a review copy. Like I got a review copy for Outbound. It's an amazing game. And so in that case, I don't want to pre-order it because then it's like, well, I'm going to get a review copy. I don't want to be like double up on it or whatever. So I can do that. So I'm kind of waiting on that. But yeah, I'm excited for Resynced. That thing looks amazing. So let's see. We'll see how much they change and modify it. But Black Flag Resynced looks really good. It's coming out July, so that's coming out pretty quick in a couple months. A group that just made a racing game is making a Fable game. That wasn't a good idea. I mean, you could say that. However, I think that some of the coolest games have come from companies you would never expect it. Because I don't know if you know this. Hello Games was the Joe Danger company. They literally made a game called Joe Danger. It was a motorcycle racing game. And they made No Man's Sky. So you never ever you could never say that's not a good idea. Now, are the odds against them? Absolutely. Like, this is what you do. You're known for racing games, and now you want to do this other thing? Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be good. You never know. The odds are maybe not. And then after we've learned more about Fable, how they have morally gray decisions. They don't have good and evil like the original games. Your character doesn't change depending on how evil you are or how good you are. That, to me, kind of sucks. Like, okay, I loved in the original games being a complete dick and being evil and having horns grow out of you, have flies around you because you smell. I loved all of that. And so the fact that they're not doing that in the new game, it's like, I don't know. I don't like that. They want to make it more realistic. Like, oh, well, this town might think you're okay, even though the other town thinks you're evil. Or the other town might think you're really good, and this town thinks you're evil because of the same decision. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. I want it to just be straight up, this is evil, this is good, and there's no in between. There's no moral gray. It's like, hey, no, it's good or bad. You don't... and it... To me, it comes from a developer perspective of, well, we don't want to lock you out of anything. Like, if you do a good character and you accidentally do something evil, then it might ruin your run. So instead, we'll just make it to where nothing really matters. And it's like, well, if nothing really matters, then what's the point? I want to do, like, in Fallout New Vegas, I could go through and kill every single NPC in that game. It's terrible. You don't want to do that, but you can. And you could kill like a character and have their entire mission, their entire quest line just fail because you killed them. Fast forward to modern day Bethesda games, and you can't kill anyone that's important. You're not allowed to. And it's like, let me be stupid. I love being dumb. Let me be dumb and kill someone that's important. Let me ruin my save. Please, let me do that. But I feel like that's what it's come down to. It's like more of, well, we don't want you to ruin your save. If you're trying to do an evil run and you accidentally do something good, we don't want that to ruin your run or whatever it is. So it's like, no, that's what I want. I want that decision. I want to be able to say, oh, well, I was doing this and then I screwed up one time and I got to live with my choices. Or I got to save scum, one of those two. That's fine. If you want to save scum, go for it. But yeah. And so that's kind of like, I want that evil character. I want to walk around as the jerk who's kicking chickens and like making fun of kids. And so I'm evil and I got horns out of my forehead and I have charred skin because I look like a demon and I have flies buzzing around me. That's what I want. And as soon as you walk into town, everyone's like, oh God, there goes Jason. He's a jerk. That's what I want. Wait a minute. Smoke. Oh. Damn you, Frost Forts.
Technology recharge.
What do you give me? We don't need launch fuel. We need that. That gives me life support. I'll take that. But yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed in that part of the game. Oh my God, we got so much. There we go. Oh, wait, we can do this. There we go. Done. All right. 51 batteries. We are good on batteries. Now we got to save the rest of this for our salvage data. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 makes you live with your choices. You just do 10 playthroughs. That's true. And I love that. And I mean, I feel like most games now, over the last probably decade, last 10, 15 years, it has evolved into, we can't make it difficult. We can't make it, we can't make your decisions matter because people will get upset because, you know, you didn't save this character and so now I don't want to play the game or whatever. Or, you know, oh, I was trying to do a certain playthrough and I messed up on a thing and now I need to live with my decisions. I don't like that. They've shied away from doing that and I don't understand why. Like, let me figure out, oh, I screwed up my save. I need to start over again because I did this decision and I'm stupid. I broke my save because I killed this character that's really important. That's what I want. Because then it matters. Like, oh, I have to pay attention. Now it's just like, well, whatever. Just go through. No matter what, it'll be okay. It's why, like, in Crimson Desert, I was doing stupid stuff on purpose. All three of them just drove or flew right into the side of that cliff. You guys, I'm going to need you guys to pull over here and do a sobriety test. All three of you obviously were at margarita night, because good Lord, what is this? But yeah, but honestly, I think that Fable will be a good game. It looks very fun. It has a lot of the elements, not everything, but a lot of the elements from the original games. I think it's going to be a good game. Do I think it's going to be the best Fable game ever? Probably not. I love Fable 2 to death. I love Fable 2. Like, I don't think anything's going to get close to Fable 2. But it looks like a fun time. So I don't want to crap on it completely. It's like I would hope that they would have gone all in. Like, no, we're doing an evil and a good playthrough. If you decide to be a jerk in this town, you will become evil and you will grow horns and everyone's going to know you're the evil guy in this. You're the evil hero in this universe. Or you can be the extra good character and be a good hero. I just want Fable to be better than Dragon Age Veilguard. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's going to hit that. I don't know. The other thing they talked about was having the Office-style interviews during the game. Like, why? So if you don't know, I think, I can't remember, one of the lead developers at Playground who's working on Fable, he had an interview back in February about what Fable was going to have and not have. And he talked about them having the Office, quote unquote, style interviews of, instead of just you talking to a character, it's more like a third person camera on an NPC, and they kind of talk to it like they're interviewing, like a news crew is interviewing them. And it's like, why? Why is that? Okay, I mean, I guess. Well, I want to see how that's framed in the game, but it doesn't sound good to me. That sounds like somebody thought that, or someone loved The Office and said, hey, we should put that in our game. And they were like, cool, let's do it. I don't know why you would do that. So maybe it works. I have not seen it like in action, so who knows? Maybe it really does work well in the game. I can't imagine it being good. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's one of those things where I think it's going to be bad, but it actually turns out to be really good and really funny. Just doesn't give me that vibe, though. Nobody wants to land for me? All right, fine. So there's those kind of things, and you're just like, why did you do that? I mean, cool, I guess, but why? All right. It might be like scaling thing, like you do 100 bad things and one good thing, then you're still 99% bad. It could be. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Why is Fable 2 not on PC? I think because they were trying to show off the power of the Xbox 360 back in the day. And I've played it. You can play it backwards compatibility on your Xbox. They have not shown any love to Fable 2. I love Fable 2, but that game was 720p, 30 FPS, maybe at the time. They put in a whole bunch of motion blur to make up for the low resolution. It looks bad. Like, I played it on my Series X, and I'm like, dude, this looks like someone recorded Fable on a VHS tape, and then they played it back for you and smeared Vaseline all over the screen. It's like, what the? This is like, why? They did Fable Anniversary. They showed all the love to Fable 1. Nothing for Fable 2. Like, what the crap? Why? I would love, and I thought for sure, oh, they're coming out with the reboots. They're redoing Fable. That means, of course, they're going to remaster the original trilogy, right? Fable 1, 2, and 3. Remaster it, put it out on current consoles, Xbox, PlayStation. Nope, they don't care. They're not going to, they have no plans to remaster any of the originals at that point, back in February.
At Fazical is just
That
tipped
makes me sad.
£5 through Super Chat.
Fazical.
Come on, Jason. Stop running in circles. You got this.
I'm not running in circles, I promise, Faz. I haven't seen any containers that I've already opened yet. But 07. Thank you for the super chat, Fazical. Very, very much appreciated. But yeah, they haven't shown any love, and they don't. As far as February, when they gave out interviews, people asked about it, and he said there is no plans at that point to do anything with the original games. Like, you can go play them on backwards compatibility on your Xbox, and that's it. You can't get it on PC. You can't get Fable 2 on PC anyway. You can get the original Fable Anniversary. You can't get the original, but you can get Fable Anniversary. I think you can get Fable 3 on Steam, but you got to do some wonder. I mean, you can always sail the high seas and get a version of it on PC, but there's no officially released versions of Fable 2 on PC. You can emulate it probably. But yeah, so, and the Xbox version, they have not touched it. They didn't up-res any of the textures to 4K like they did for Fallout 3 and every other game. They did not increase the frame rate. They didn't do anything for it. It's literally the version that came out on the 360, and you can see the limitations. Like, they were pushing the limitations on the 360. But anyway, I would hope that they would have done that, but maybe they changed their mind. Maybe Asha, the new CEO, she kicked in the door, and she's been doing a lot of changes at Xbox. Maybe one of those things, knock on wood, she says, hey, I know you guys said we weren't doing anything for the Fable games, the original Fable games. How about we actually do something about that? Give us a remaster version. Up-res it to 4K, increase the frame rate, clean it up a little bit, and put it out on the Series X, the PlayStation, and PC. You could probably fit that thing on a Nintendo Switch, by the way. I would love to play some Fable on a Nintendo Switch. That would be awesome. But yeah, maybe. Who knows? All I know is that I'm tired of remakes, either in film or games. It's lazy, in my opinion. It is, Catalyst. I will say, it's become a crutch versus an actual thing. Like, I love a remaster of a game that's 20, 30 years old. Okay, it brings it to a modern audience. Gaming 30 years ago was a little bit different. Give me an Earthworm Jim remake. Give me, a Metal Gear 1 remake. Literally Metal Gear Solid 1. Give me a remake of that. These games, Resident Evil 2, prime example. I think Resident Evil 2, the original game with tank controls, is going to turn a lot of people off, like, that want to play it right now. A kid never played, Resident Evil ever in his life. If you show them the Resident Evil 2 game, they'll be like, I'm good. That's okay. Tank controls, I don't do it. I love it. I'll play Resident Evil 2 original all day long. I love those tank controls. Same thing for Metal Gear Solid. However, it probably doesn't play well, and it gives you a chance to kind of clean it up, resell it. Don't put it at $50 or $60. It's $20. That's fine. But when it comes to, oh, dang it. drop pod. Can I make one? Let me see. Can I make it? I need that and antimatter. Okay, I think I can. I need some sodium nitrate though. So we need some sodium. But yeah, but when it comes to like remasters, Sony, I don't know what they have. Like the only remasters that Sony is allowed to do is Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn. Those are the only ones they're allowed. Any other game, pick Killzone. Give me Siphon Filter. Nope, can't do any of that. They have an amazing library of games for Sony, and for whatever reason, nope. You're never going to see a Killzone remaster. You're never going to see Siphon Filter, Twisted Metal. Name a Sony game from the PS1, PS2 era. They're never going to redo it, and that's what I want. Give me an original Twisted Metal game with modern graphics. I'll play the crap out of that game. Give me Siphon Filter. Give me Splinter Cell. For the love of God. I want a Splinter Cell game, damn it. Nope. That's Ubisoft, so not technically PlayStation. But you know what I mean. We're never going to see that. Ugh. They keep talking about how they're still working on it. Yeah, they've been still working on it for like 5 years now. I don't know if they're still working on it. And Death Clock, thank you for resubscribing over on Twitch. Sorry, I was in the middle of a rant there. Very, very much appreciated, Death Clock. 07, man. Jet Moto. Crazy Taxi. Give me some of that stuff. Give me Parappa the Rapper. I would love all of these cool old games. But yeah, for whatever reason, PlayStation is like, they like, if you say any game that was before the PS4 generation, doesn't exist to them. Does not exist at all to them. It's like, you had an amazing library on the PS1, the PS2, the PS3. Nope, doesn't matter. If it didn't come out on the PS4 and it was not called Last of Us, it does not matter. It's like, thanks, PlayStation. I didn't want to play any of your awesome good games
has
anyway.
Just donated $1.99 through Super Chat. You take that back about Earthworm Jim. It's perfect.
No, the only bad thing, and thank you, Focus, very much appreciated for that Super Chat. The only bad thing about Earthworm Jim is that it's on the SNES. So I have to have my old cartridge. I want to play Earthworm Jim right now on my PC. And I want to do it officially. Like, you can get a lot of emulators. Don't get me wrong. Got a PC, you can emulate a lot of games. But I want to officially support a studio. Let me support a good studio that made an amazing game back in the day. That's what I want. I need sodium. I came in this cave for some reason. But yeah. So that's why. And then, like Bethesda, they're just obsessed with remaking or remastering Skyrim. Guys, I have a feeling right now Todd Howard is probably working on the remastered Skyrim Anniversary Super Deluxe Repack Boogaloo Edition for the next Xbox. I'm almost willing to bet we're going to get another Skyrim. They've released it on everything known to man. Like, you can get it on your 360 or PS3. It doesn't work on PS3, but you can get it on PS3, PS4, PS5, PS6, PS whatever. Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. Oh, get that thing on everything. You can get different versions. You can Nintendo Switch 2. So I have no doubt that Bethesda's working on Skyrim Secret Boogaloo Edition for the Xbox Helix and the PlayStation 6 right now. Because for whatever reason, it'll take a decade or 15 years to get an Oblivion. But my God, Todd will make sure you have a Skyrim every other year to play. But yeah, so that's the other thing is like the only developer that I think is doing a good job with their remasters or remakes is Capcom. Capcom knocking it out of the park with everything. Like, they are on it. Like, the Resident Evil series, amazing. I've heard Pragmata is really, really good. I have not played Pragmata yet, but it looks really, really good, and everyone who's played it says it's really, really good. Like, Capcom is on it. Ubisoft is like busy shooting themselves in the foot. I feel like they've had the Black Flag resync. They've had that on the table for a while, and they just had to pull the ripcord of, oh my God, everyone's hated our last 27 games. We better pull out the big guns. Let's do an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. We have that, right? Yes, we do. Because they're not doing anything else. Like, I love Ubisoft games, but just like Bethesda, just like Bungie, I love like 2011, 2010 Ubisoft. I love Splinter Cell. I love Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas. I love all those games. You know, I love The Division. The Division was pretty damn good. But yeah, they... Anyway. Old man rant. Sorry. That's old. Sorry. I just want, like, if they're going to remake games, remake the games that people cannot play right now. Like a Nintendo version, an NES version, a PlayStation 1 version of a game. I am so exhausted with, hey, you know that Last of Us game that we've remade 17 times? We got a new version, and now it's in 3D. It's in 8K resolution now. It's like, okay, great. I don't need it in 8K. I don't need that version. How about you give me another game that I can't play anymore? Something that's locked away on the PS3 that you need a PS3 to actually play. Give me a Bloodborne remake. If you want to remake a modern game, how about you remake Bloodborne? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Nope. Nah. That doesn't exist. All right, we're going to need to make one metal plating. So now we need to basically use our refiner to make our sodium nitrate.
Technology recharge.
Sodium nitrate. I think we only need 10, but we'll get 20. That's fine. Duke Nukem. Dude. Duke Nukem. Wolfenstein, that was a good one. So Wolfenstein was more of like a reboot, not a remake or a remastered. But I'll take something like that. If people forget, Wolfenstein, Doom 2018 was like a reboot of the series. Like, that's all really good stuff. I loved all those. Those are really good. So I'll take all that too. Dun. All right. But yeah, so who knows what the future holds? I'm hoping, like, they're redoing Metal Gear 4, which I never thought I would live to see the day that I would get a Metal Gear 4 re-release on modern systems. So at least they're doing that. Well, let's get some like Siphon Filter. Let's get some really good stuff going.
Technology recharge.
What about Unreal Tournament? Dude, you would think Unreal Tournament would be amazing right now. Online multiplayer game that you could sell skins in? Why is Epic not doing that? Like, what? Like, that's your bread and butter right there. Like, I don't think they would do it well. They would monetize the crap out of it and, like, make it terrible. But you would think that would be the go-to. Oh, it's a multiplayer game that we can sell skins for. We can sell DLC like a crazy person. Why not? Yeah, they haven't done that. And then we have Microsoft. They're making their, well, I should say, what is it? It's not 343 Studios anymore. It's Halo Studios. They're remaking Halo again, the original Halo again. No. We have the Master Chief Collection. Don't worry about that. That has multiplayer and all the good stuff in it. No. We're going to remake the original campaign in Unreal Engine, and we're not even going to give you a multiplayer at all, and we're going to charge you an outrageous price. Halo 1 is amazing. I love Halo 1. If you're just going to redo it in Unreal Engine and not give me a multiplayer and charge $50 for that, for the privilege of playing it, I'm good. I have the original. I have the Master Chief Collection. I'll just play that. I have played that. Me and my friend Ty have been playing Master Chief Collection, and I love. We went through Halo ODST. We've been going through Halo 1, Halo 2. We went through Halo 3. Like, I love the original games. Master Chief Collection is the one to get. You're not going to sell me on this Master or a Halo campaign evolve. That's like terrible. Terrible. Anyway. I don't know how we got on this whole remasters and remakes conversation. My old man brain just got grumpy. Abandoned, okay. Yeah, I don't know how we got on this whole like Jason old man rant. But I'm excited. Like Fable, that was it. Fable. I would love for them to re-release the original trilogy on modern systems. Give me Fable Anniversary, up-res, and give me a little bit better performance on the original like Fable 2 and Fable 3. Let me have those. Come on. I would love it. And it doesn't make sense to me. Like, from a company perspective, if I'm greedy corporation number 27, I'm thinking, hey, everyone's excited about the new Fable game. We should take the original trilogy, give it to a side studio or give it to Playground Games and say, hey, look, lock your interns in a closet for the next 3 months and just have them port over the original games to modern systems. They don't even need to do that much work. Up-res the textures to 4K, do some voodoo magic and make sure it hits 60 frames, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Sell it for $20 a piece. So you could buy the trilogy for $60, you get all 3 games for $60, or you could buy Fable Anniversary for $20, Fable 2 for $20, and Fable 3 for $20 a piece. Okay, that's money right there. Why are you not doing that? Like, do that. Make that, sell it to me, and get me hyped up for the new Fable that's coming out in the fall. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion they don't want you to play the original games, because if you play the original games and then you play the new game, you might be like, this new game doesn't hold up as much as the old games. The old games had a lot of heart. There's a lot of artists in here. Like, it was a really good game that they put a lot of work into. This new game feels kind of shallow. That might be the reason. That might be the point. Ducky! Jason, Discord server is down and won't let anyone in at the moment. Is it? Did Discord get shut down, or is it everyone? Let me see. Let me see. Is it my own Discord, or is it just Discord in general? Because I don't... Yep. Yeah, I think Discord in general is down. Oh, it's an error for everyone at the moment. Yep. Okay, so yeah, Discord itself is down. All right, well, good to know. Thank God we're not doing a multiplayer stream today. We're not playing Windrose trying to chat on Discord. What happened to Discord, man? All right. Well, dang, that sucks. Well, sorry about that then. Check down detector. Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's probably all of a sudden everyone in the world is saying Discord is down. Discord down. Down detector is... Holy cow. Yeah, it just shot up from... I mean, it says the last report 2 hours ago was 32 problems. And then within the last half hour, it shot up to 70,000. So yeah, I have a feeling Discord might be down for everybody. Okay, well, good to know. Discord is down. Yeah, API errors detected. Yeah, I just got that one too, Eric. All right, well, now we know. Discord is down for everyone. Yours isn't down. Kimberly, what are you, right next to Discord headquarters over there, Kimberly? I didn't get it. It just errors out for me whenever I load it up. It says, nope, sorry, you can't log in yet. Anyway, you would think they would want to put out Fable. So if I'm doing negative Nancy, like negative Jason thoughts, they probably don't want you playing the original games and comparing it to the new game. Now, if you're trying to be optimistic, you say, hey, look, they don't want to focus on the old stuff. It's a reboot for the series. They want to start fresh. And so that's why they're like, hey, look, if you want to play the old games, they're there. Backwards compatibility, you can go for it. But we want to focus on the new, like, reboot series that we are doing. I have a feeling they probably don't want you to compare them. They don't want you going back and playing this game from 15, 20 years ago. What's the original game? I think the original game was like 2003? The original game was in... No, not 2026. Where's the original? See, that's why. Anytime you look up Fable, it comes up with the new game coming out this year. They don't want you looking back. ...2004. 2004. So yeah, that game is over 20 years old at this point. It came out in 2004. We played it on stream, and I was like, this is really, really good. I like this game. You can see the limitations because they didn't have a lot of RAM, and so all the open world, quote-unquote, was very small. But it was really good, and I'm like, They don't want you to go through and go, oh, man, look at this game had all this stuff 20 years ago. Why can't you have it there now? That's what I'm thinking. That's negative Nancy talk, though. That might be just me projecting. I don't know. But I have a sneaking suspicion. I have a sneaking suspicion. They don't want you to compare it. Thank God I'm old. I know. I played the crap out of the original Fable game, man. I played Fable. The other game, my other go-to other than like Halo, because Halo was like a given on the original Xbox. But my other game that not a lot of people know about is a game called Brute Force. And Fusion Frenzy, of course. But Brute Force, back in the day, Brute Force was awesome. I love Brute Force. That's a game, dude. If you want to talk about bringing back some old games for a remaster, bring back Brute Force. That game deserves a remaster, man. I will play the crap out of Brute Force. It was so cheesy and bad, but it made it so good. That's what it had a lot of heart. It was so good. But yeah, Brute Force, really, really good. Original Xbox game. Original Xbox game. Never heard about it ever again. It's like, nope, that series just died off, but it was cool. But yeah, so I want the new Fable game to be good, and I will be playing it because I really, really want it to be good. It's just, you know, the more I hear about it, the more I see about it, the more it's like, I mean, it'll be a good game. I don't know if it'll be a good Fable game, but it'll be a good game. It sounds like it's going to be a nice quality game. I just don't know if it'll be a good Fable game, like compared to all the other games. I mean, if you throw in like Fable Legends, it might be better than that. So I think Fable Legends is the one that was a Kinect game, right? That was like, why? Why? Ah, you said Fable. I thought you said Babel. Fable Legends was a Kinect game. Yeah, they were going through. Like, that was the whole, like, when the Xbox One came around and they were like, oh, it has a Kinect. And it was like, okay, that's cool. And they're like, no, you don't understand. Every game is going to be Kinect enabled, you guys. Fable. They're making a Kinect Fable game. And it's like, why? Just give me a regular Fable game. They were doing good with those. Just give me that one again. Nope. A jetpack, bro? It is! Oh, son of a gun. That happens all the time. All right. But yeah. So that was the Xbox One era, man. Holy cow. They killed so much trying to force Kinect on everybody. I don't understand. I mean, somebody had a bug up their butt. Like, hey, this is the future. It's going to be this camera motion like controller stuff. That's going to be the future. And it's like, no. Why? Why would you think that? That is not. And it wasn't. And they sacrificed Lionhead for that, because I'm pretty sure Fable Legends killed Lionhead. So, yeah, that's how we lost Lionhead. They got forced into doing Fable Legends, and then it didn't sell well. Who would have known a Connect Fable game would not sell well? So, yeah, if you're going to compare it to that, I'm sure it'll be better than Connect, Fable Connect, Fable Legends. But is it going to be better than Fable 1 or 2? I don't know. Maybe. I'm optimistic. I want it to be. I don't know if it will be, but I want it to be better than those games. Fable 3 was okay. I thought Fable 3 was decent enough. It was more like, okay, now you guys are running out of ideas. You made it modern. You gave us guns, which is cool. But I want that fantasy Fable RPG, like bows and arrows and fairies and all that kind of stuff. I don't want the Industrial Revolution. Mindless Focuses. That's how I feel about Crusader. No regrets and no remorse. It was a great game, kind of like Diablo and Shadowrun. It had a baby. Isometric view. It was great. Never came out with a third one. Yeah. I feel like a lot of games, like now, like currently modern day gaming, you need your game to sell to a general audience. So if you don't sell 10 million copies, you get shut down if you're a big AAA studio. Back then, it was more of you got lost in the shuffle because everyone was making games. Like, you had your selection of 10, 15 different games in the same genre. So you knew, oh, they're making an isometric RPG and AARPG like Diablo, except for it's this. Awesome. And there was 15 of those. And so you didn't have enough time to play all of them. And so, yes, games died, not because they were good or bad, but it's because no one had time for them because there were so many. Now, a game dies because the publisher says, well, you need to sell 20,000 million copies or else it doesn't matter. And it's like, no, some games are good enough. Arc Raiders, good enough. That was really, really good. Didn't have to sell 10 million copies. It did. It surprised them, but it didn't have to. I missed Rock Band. Freaking love that dude, Rosa. Rock Band was like my go-to. I loved Rock. I played Guitar Hero first. And then when they were like, dude, you can play the drums in Rock Band? Hell yes, I'll play drums. That was what got me with Rock Band. It was like, dude, I could play drums instead of just guitar. I'll take that.
Technology recharge.
But like most things, record studios, they were like, no. We need to charge you millions and billions of dollars, so we're going to make your game unviable. Like, what's the point in selling a Rock Band type game when all of your money goes to licensing fees because the record labels are sharks. They are insanely crazy when it comes to money. Like, oh yeah, sure, you could use our music in your movie. It's just going to cost you $20 million. It's like, okay, you guys have high thoughts about yourself. Okay. Drums, bass, singing. Yes, I never did the singing part. I never did that, Rosa. It was always drums for me because I was on the Guitar Hero. I was always on the guitar. So finally, I could do drums. That's awesome. I'll do drums. From what I've read, Rockstar needs to sell 25 million copies just to break even, which is ridiculous. See, no, I don't think so, Catalyst. So, a lot of times, they will say, oh, Grand Theft Auto 6, that game has been in development for 10 years and it's cost them $2 billion. And you're like, okay, that makes sense. What they never take into account is how much money does Grand Theft Auto 5 make every month? It's not like they've been in development for 10 years and they've never sold a thing in the last 10 years. Grand Theft Auto 5 is making probably billions of dollars every year just off of microtransactions. Wait a minute.
500. Jasaloon.
Jason! Mad Wolf, thank you so much for the cheer over on Twitch. Very, very much appreciated, man. 07. Very, very much appreciated, man. But yeah, so when they say, "Oh, Grand Theft Auto 6 costs this much money to make, $2 billion of development time." I'm sure that Grand Theft Auto 5 made that much at least, and then some, over the last decade. So it's not like, oh man, they need to recoup all that money. They did. They've been recouping it for the last decade. It's called Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's kind of like, okay. Do they need to sell that much? Probably not. Do they need the Grand Theft Auto Online multiplayer component of Grand Theft Auto 6 to take off? Absolutely. That's the bigger question. Not how many copies they're going to sell and all this other stuff. It's, will people transfer over from Grand Theft Auto 5 to Grand Theft Auto 6 for multiplayer? It sounds like they will, but that's going to be the big nervous part. That's where everyone at 2K at Rockstar, they're like, okay, we need to make sure the online component is perfect. Because if they can get everyone to transfer from Grand Theft Auto 5 to Grand Theft Auto 6, they have another decade of making billions and billions of dollars. So that's where the pressure is probably at. They know they're probably going to safely sell 20 million copies of Grand Theft Auto 6. Everyone's going to jump in, play it, and whether they stick around is the big thing. Like, oh my God, are we going to have a multiplayer that's as strong as Grand Theft Auto 5? But yeah.
Michael Beaver 4650 has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Turn on your HUD.
I can't. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed until we find a ship. Until we find a ship or until someone lands for me. If I can get a trader to land for me, I do have some things to... Oh! I picked up a fire protection. Thank God I'm on a cold planet. I can use that fire protection right now. I got fire protection, guys. But I can't. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Very much appreciate it. Jason, have you ever gone this long without finding a ship? Eva, I have. I think the record is 10 hours. We went 10 hours without finding a ship. That was on a fugitive run, I think. So I had a HUD at that point. It still took me 10 hours. So, yeah. I can't. It's been what? A couple hours? Hour and a half? That's not bad. Hour and a half is average. Gonna land for me? No? But yeah, I think whenever you see like the cost of Grand Theft Auto, it's like, yeah, but you can't look at Grand Theft Auto 6 like in a vacuum. I'm willing to bet a majority of that Grand Theft Auto, that Rockstar team, has been on Grand Theft Auto 5, putting out content for that multiplayer over and over again for the past 5-10 years. And yeah, they've migrated people over to work on Grand Theft Auto 6, but it's probably not the only thing they're doing. And so, yeah, it's not like they've not made any money in the last decade. You know, if you would have talked to somebody 20 years ago, yeah, that's the case. You put out a game, and then you pray to God it sells well, or else you got to pump out another game really quickly. Now, companies are like, well, there's microtransactions. We can pad that out. We'll add an integrated, like, mandatory online connection. That way people have to get online, and we can bombard them with microtransactions. That'll help buff out our finances for a while. But yeah, for Grand Theft Auto, I'm sure Rockstar's like, nah, we're good. So the only thing that probably they're really nervous about is that Grand Theft Auto Online. They need to, like, that's their baby. That's the moneymaker right there. Grand Theft Auto itself, like, they sell Grand Theft Auto 5 still. It always is on the top 10 selling charts every month. And it's not because someone has never played Grand Theft Auto 5 before. It's I upgraded my PC, or I moved over to Xbox, or I moved over to PlayStation. I need a copy of Grand Theft Auto to play. So I'll play Grand Theft Auto 5. That's what it is. So, and I need to play online. Okay, hear me out. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Redemption video game update. maybe. The E.T. Extraterrestrial, the dumpster. They're going to go out and find cartridges of that. You're going to land for me? No? Damn it.
Technology recharge.
But yeah. Dashboard Devil said, yeah, exactly. Need the power of Dr. Pepper to find a ship. It's like the power of Grayskull, but not as much lightning. I saw they're making a He-Man, they're making a He-Man movie. Is that what I saw? I saw a trailer for a new He-Man movie? Okay. I'm old. I don't watch movies anymore. Well, I shouldn't say that. I watch 20 and 30-year-old movies at this point. I don't watch any new movies. I haven't watched a new movie in a long time because I'm old. I like sitting back with my classics. I'll watch Arnold movies. I'll watch Bruce Willis. I'll watch Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. Anything from the 80s and 90s, I'll take that. If you want something amazing, I had my wife watch Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme with me the other day. It's been a while since I've seen Jean-Claude Van Damme with a mullet. Oh my God. I missed Jean-Claude Van Damme mullet style. Trying to be a Cajun guy down in Louisiana. Oh my God. Hard Target, man. That's a throwback. I think it came out like 1990, 1991, something like that. Holy cow. That was a good movie. That's a good movie. It's so bad, but it's good. Lance Hendrickson being the bad guy. Always good. Always good. Oh, wait. I need to unbury the buried technology. I almost ran off without it. Where is it? So screen's here. Oh, I bet you it's over there. Yep, of course it is. I think it's called Masters of the Universe. Is it? Okay. 80s was the golden age of movies, especially for horror. For me, it was all about the action movies in the 80s because in order to be an action movie, you had to have a lead character that was on steroids and gonna die at 35, muscular like crazy. You had to show boobs randomly at some point, and you had to shoot at least 500 people and kill them. That's all you had to do. That was an action movie back in the 80s. It was amazing. There's a Highlander remake. I saw that as well, Firebox. I saw that with Henry Cavill. That might be good. So, yeah, because Sean Connery's passed away. And, oh, God. Who's the original? Oh, God. Christopher Lambert. I hope they have Christopher Lambert at least show up for some kind of a cameo in the new Highlander movie. They have to, right? It doesn't have to be like, he doesn't have to be a major part of the movie. It doesn't have to be a requirement of, oh, but really? I'm damaging my stuff, huh? He doesn't have to be like the Highlander. I fixed it! I fixed it! Man! I fixed it! You guys saw me fix it! Damn it. you give me talking about Highlander, all of a sudden I die. There can be only one. Exactly. There could be only one, and it's not Jason, obviously. Wow. Well, damn. Let's try that again. I can't even finish it on a normal. Not even a abandoned. I'm just doing normal. I can't even get it done. My God. But, yeah. They don't need to have Christopher Lambert. They don't need to have him as the Highlander. He just needs to be like, you know, Henry Cavill just has to bump into him. Like, maybe they go to a boxing, like a fight, and they just bump into this old guy. It just ends up being Christopher Lambert. That would be amazing. I would love that. Just, a little cameo. Just a 30-second little, excuse me, and he just walks through. That'd be amazing. Death meter 1. Yeah, I did die once. Dang it. All right. I think we're all extreme here. Yep, all extreme. We're going to leave it on normal again, standard, not abandoned. Dun, 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 dun. I swear, I fixed my dang thing. I don't know why I died. I probably needed life support. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, sorry. I got to do this.
No, Jason, you suck.
I suck.
Suck it, Jason.
There you go.
Suck it, Jason.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to a good Highlander movie. That'd be great. Oh yeah, I gotta turn off the HUD. There we go. Do I have a cave? Looks like I have a cave. Kind of have a cave here. I mean, it looks like I have cobalt at least. I'm on a frozen planet again. So that'd be good. But yeah, I haven't watched like a new movie in a long time. Every once in a while. I think the last one I watched was the Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson in it. And dude, that was actually pretty good. Sad trombone sounds. Yeah, we can do that. Sad trombone. So Henry is the lead in Highlander. That will give it a watch. He's the only good part of The Witcher. I haven't seen The Witcher. I need to watch that. I've heard that The Witcher series they have, I think, on Netflix is really good, but I have not watched it. The only game series I've watched is the Fallout series on Amazon. I need to watch The Last of Us. I've heard that was really good. I need to watch Witcher. I heard that was really good. Frozen Planet. Give them lots of heat protection modules. Oh, yeah, we got one on the last run. So, dang it. I am getting... Oh, yeah, I am getting cobalt. Thank God. I was wondering, like, am I getting cobalt or are they just giving me normal ferrite dust? Because sometimes these will come up as ferrite dust. Man, the Fallout series is 10 out of 10. I've only watched the first season. I need to go back and watch the second season. I haven't watched it yet. They're going back to New Vegas, and I've heard that it shows that Todd doesn't like the New Vegas game because they retcon a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I have not seen it, so I have no idea. I like the first season. First season's really good. Really good. There we go. Witcher was good until he left. Yeah, I heard that they had differences, and he kind of walked out, and the show went downhill after that. But yeah, all that kind of stuff. The remaking, or I should say the rebooting Highlander, that seems to be the new thing. They just reboot everything. Like, oh, there's that one, really popular TV show / movie. Let's just redo it again. And it's like, well, maybe not. Like, it'd be cool if you guys came up with your own stuff.
At
That would be
Storm
cool.
Norman 5247 has become a traveler. Hiya, Jason in chat.
Well, hello.
Back-to-back frozen planets.
Back-to-back frozen planets? I know, I don't want to question a good thing. Hopefully I can live long enough to actually enjoy this one and not, like, die like that last one, man. That was not my fault. My character was just weak-willed, I think. And they just didn't want to last long enough. Where's my thing here? But yeah. Oh, God, really? Let's do this. Of course it's broken. Why would it not be broken? All right, then we're going to do this. There. Done, and done. Got that over here. Good. Like video games? Like video games. That's what we've been getting for like the last, I think, decade at this point. Last about 10 years. Maybe you can say 5 years. But I will say the constant remasters and remakes we've been getting has forced me to play more indie games, and I like them a lot more. Windrose, Arc Raiders. You can count that as like a more smaller studio. Maybe not indie, but smaller studio for sure. Been loving it, man. Some of my favorite games over the last 5 years have been maybe not quite indie games, but at least smaller developers for sure. I've been venturing out past all the big studios, and it's pretty awesome. So, definitely, Valheim, one of those. Enshrouded, You're doing survival crafting. Crimson Desert. You can say that's a smaller studio. I wonder. Pearl Abyss. How many games has Pearl Abyss put out? I don't know Pearl Abyss very much. So, are they just known for Black Desert Online? Yeah. Black Desert Online is the only other game other than Doki. I don't even know what Doki is. Doki V? Okay. And then Plan 8. I have no idea what these are. In development. So they're not even out yet. Doki and Plan 8 are in development. They're not even released. So yeah, technically they've only done Black Desert. So I would say they're a smaller developer. They're not like a huge storied, oh, we've had 20 years of experience making games. If you like survival games, Long Dark is incredible. Dude, Long Dark. I played that years ago when it was in early access. I need to go back because, yeah, I have not played Long Dark in a long time. I just remember those wolves were brutal in Long Dark way back in the day. Hello, Dr. Pong. Good seeing you. Just started a new Conan server. Dude, Conan, they just had their Unreal Engine upgrade. Their free one, by the way. Ark Survival Evolved. Could maybe take a note from that. But yeah. So yeah, I've been playing a lot more smaller studio games. Maybe not quite indie. Is that a transmission tower? No. Did I just find my own ship? Well, we can't use this one. Why is my ship right next to a building? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's the starter ship. So we're not doing that one. Medieval Dynasty, yes. Snail Games of Ruined Ark, dude. Yeah, I've heard. I'm not in big in the Ark scene, so I don't know for sure. Like, I don't play it all the time, but man, I've heard nothing but not great things from what's going on over there with Ark. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem good. Just like Destiny. I love Destiny 1. When Destiny 1 is one of my favorite games. When Destiny 2 came around and they started doing the whole vaulting content and you don't actually. You bought DLC. You don't want to actually keep it, right? I've lost. I've realized as I've gotten to be an old man, I've realized that these companies are amazing back when I liked them. So BioWare, Bethesda, Bungie, 2011, 2010, 2012. That's when they were good. And then they just, I don't know what happened. The good people left, new people came in, new management came in, they got bought out, something happened. And they just decided, you know what? Instead of doing that cool stuff we've done forever, let's not do that. Let's actually do bad things now, Yeah. Destiny, man. I would happily pay for a Destiny remastered simply because it's not that I don't want to, that I want to buy it again. I want to get it on PC. There's no Destiny 1 on PC. I would play Destiny 1 on PC, absolutely. Give me Destiny 1 on PC. I would play that all the time. Give me 60 FPS, up-res the textures a little bit, because it was from, 2011? Greed happened, yeah. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Because you can see, okay, why don't you do it this way? Like Bethesda. I don't think Greed got Bethesda. What I think happened is Bethesda got too big. And then they've had some interviews with former Bethesda developers who have worked there years and years ago. And Bethesda in 2005 and 2008 was a very small group. And so you had 100 people, 200 people there, maybe. And so if you had an issue like, hey, Todd, we need to fix this bug, You just walk to Todd's office, say, hey, I'm going to work on that bug, and you get it done. Fast forward to 2015, 2020, Bethesda, they have hundreds and hundreds of people working there in different studios all over the world in the United States. And so now you don't walk over and say, hey, we need to fix this. You say, hey, I'm going to shoot an email to my boss. My boss is going to email the regional boss. The regional boss is going to email home office. Home office is going to look at it, take a couple days, and then they'll say, yeah, sure, do that. They have to email the regional. Then it has to go all the way back down the chain again. So by the time I fix it, it's been, 3-4 weeks. And so that's the problem, I think, with Bethesda. They're just too big. And so now there's so many layers of, you got to ask this person, that person has to talk to that person has to talk to another person, and nothing can get done. And if you want to do something, oh my God, it has to get approved by 15 different departments. Oh, we want to add in, a new weapon. Well, that has to be approved by the weapon department. It has to be approved by the artist department. It has to be approved by Todd. It's like, well, what are we doing here? I'm never going to know where that thing is. I'll never know. And so I think that's what happened, at least with Bethesda. And then in the middle of all that, when you got, multiple hundreds of developers working underneath you, you got to put out something. So why not just do the good old trusty, put out another, Skyrim 15th edition, because we know it'll sell. We'll make a little bit of money off of it. It'll be broken. It won't work well, but we'll sell some copies and we'll make some money off of it. Anyway. Focus is on the 26th. I'll be 43, and I think Jason is near my age. Add about 140 years to that one, Focus. Just a little bit older than that. just 100 years more, 140 years more than that. Happy early birthday, Stormin' Norbin. Is it your birthday? Early birthday, dude. 07. Happy birthday, Storm Norman. Happy early birthday. Hopefully you're doing something good. My go-to always is like whenever my wife or I have a birthday or some family member, we always go out to eat and get something good to eat. So get something good to eat, man. Get a good meal. Take a day to relax and have fun. Play some Windrose. Play some No Man's Sky, man. Do not play Arc Raiders. That'll aggravate you. At least it aggravates me. Maybe you love it. I've tried to go back multiple times, man, and it feels definitely like they're that PvP. Like everyone who was PvE has slowly but surely left Arc. Like it is harder and harder to get PvE raids now. It used to be 9 times out of 10 you'd get into a raid and you'd just be thrown in a PvE server if you're solos. Now, man, it's like 50-50 at best. You always get into a raid and all of a sudden someone just starts shooting you and you're like, dude, I just loaded in 10 seconds ago. Thanks.
Technology recharge.
For me, it's steaks and a movie night. Nice. Heck yeah, man. Steaks and a movie night. That sounds good. That sounds good. Oh, yeah, we need to make some more batteries. There we go. There we go. Okay. Do not need that. This can go down there. All right. We need some ferrite dust. Tito Curl says, I've nearly 1,000 hours in this game, and I just learned that the shoot to jump trick. Oh, really? What the fuck? I still don't, what the F? Excuse me. What the F? I still don't do it because it's forever and it'll be a hit jumper. Yeah. Well, there's the reload, jump. There's also the melee jumps. We always do like that. If you don't know, you can do a reload sprint that is even faster. It's less controlled, but it's even faster than the the melee jump. The melee jump is pretty, like, you can control the melee jump. The reload jump, oh my god, or the reload dash is insane. They boosted the PvP in Ark, unfortunately. Yeah, it feels like when the game launched back in October, I think, there was a lot of PvE players. There's a lot of people who just wanted to play the game and not fight each other. Slowly over time, that has whittled down to the point now where other games are coming out. We got Windrose, we got Crimson Desert, we got a lot of other games coming out. So now all those PvE players are like, I'll just go play Crimson Desert or whatever. And they've left just the PvPers, at least a majority PvPers. And it's like, dude, I don't want to get stuck with PvPers. I would rather, at this point, give me a PvE mode. I will gladly take that every time. Because for me, I know for some people they say, well, you'll get bored after a while. I have the tism. I want to go in there and collect things. I will go load into a match, load into a raid, go collect all the resources I want, and then come, and leave. I will do that forever. I mean, I enjoy fighting the robots. I don't need other players to kind of make me have fun. But I might be the minority. I don't know. I do know that Dune took a heavy PvE turn, and I have a feeling they probably need to do that for Arc Raiders. Yeah. Dune, when they looked at the stats, they said, look, most of our players they enjoy PvE more, so we'll just do PvE servers. And if you want a PvP, they still have servers in Dune for PvP, but they're separated. They're not joined. They're not forcing PvP on you. I don't want no HUD. A HUD is a tech that can't get no love from me. It's a scrub. For sure, it's a scrub. Just let me be a loot goblin. Stop killing me. Exactly, Freya. Exactly. I just want to be a loot goblin. Let me load in on Buried City and let me run through the apartments and collect all the treasure so I can sell it and make money, dang it. Let me load in on Blue Gate and go down into the underground and get all the good stuff. That's all I want.
Boy. That
Diet
escalated
Elf?
quick. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Thank you for the raid. Very, very much appreciated, Diet Elf 07. You guys, if you're not following Diet Elf, you should be. Let me do. Oh, you got to put the diet in there. That way they actually link your channel. No startership runs rule. Let's go. And we're doing no HUD as well. No HUD. But yeah, maybe they have to just put out a different game. Give me Ark, instead of Ark Raiders, give me Ark Friends. I'll do Ark Friends. Absolutely. And I'll just give me the same exact game except for it's all PvE. There's no PvP involved. I will take that in a heartbeat. I just want to go in there, take down some robots, go loot goblin it up, get out with my my prison wallet full, and be good to go. That's all I want. I would love that. After the last expansions from No Man's Sky, I really wonder how the meetings go. Let's make a Pokemon clone, but also a trash collecting game. Like, what? I know, Tito. It really does feel like they were just like, hey, what do you guys want to work on? Hey, Greg and his team over there, they're working on the Pokemon thing. Do it, man. Hey, we have Carl over here. They want to work on the trash collecting update? Absolutely, man. Do it. Absolutely. So it feels like it's really, really, like, I don't know the inner workings of Hello Games. I don't know if they plan everything out, like everyone, the whole team is working on one thing, or if they separate out, because there's only like 60 of them. So maybe they have a group of 10 people working on this thing and a group of other 10 people working on that thing. I don't know. And then Sean Murray kind of walks between them and tries to coordinate, like, okay, you're almost done with your update, so we'll push yours out first, and then we'll go over to Greg, and he's working on his, but it's probably a little farther out, so we'll wait on Greg's update for later on. I don't know. I have no idea. But it does feel like they basically just took a vote and said, hey, what do we want to put in this game? And then they said, hey, whatever you want. The sky's the limit. Whatever you want. Pokemon? Cool. Trash collection? Cool. Let's do it. Why? Why are you breaking all the time? There. Good Lord, I gotta refill everything.
At Mindless Focus has just tipped
Focus!
$1.99 through Super Chat. I just wish they would work on the new LNF trailer.
I do too. Like, you know what? We're talking all this trash focus. How much you want to bet, like, within the next month we see a trailer? Because they're like, fine. You guys want a trailer? Here's a trailer. And that's it. There's no release date. There's no other information. It's just a 2-minute gameplay trailer of, hey, this is Light No Fire. And that's it. There's no other information. Like, dang it. No, I want information, Sean. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Very, very much appreciated, man. Oh, I would love any information on Light No Fire. That'd be great. I would love it. Oh yeah, I didn't get the buried technology back there. Damn it. Got to get the buried technology. That way I can make some money. So when a trader lands, I can buy his ship. That's what we're doing here. Give me that. We don't need that. This can go down here. This goes over here. We don't need that. All right. Let's go back over here. Where'd that other one go? There you are. So screen's right here. That means the buried technology is on the left. Right here. There you go. Oh, Winnie said, what did Winnie say? Winnie the Pooh. My biggest issue with Dune is how ornithopter focused it is. Yeah, well, yeah, I will say that. You need your ornithopter to go to different locations, to go to the overhead map. I wish there was more fast travel. Like, you do have fast travel, kind of, but you have to pay for it. You literally have to go to certain locations. You can't just fast travel from your own map. Like, or from your own, like, location. Like, if you make a base, you can't fast travel from that base. So I get that. Wait a minute. Tennis with the 5 gifted members over on YouTube. Very, very, appreciated. 07 Tennis. Very awesome seeing that. 07. Remember how sick the first No Man's Sky first trailer was? And even Light No Fire. The next one will hype us up like nothing else, dude. When I saw that Light No Fire trailer, man, I was like, dude, they're ready to go. This thing looks pretty legit already. Like, it's polished up. It has a HUD. There's gameplay, and you can know it's gameplay because there was pop-in. The No Man's Sky pop-in was still there. So I was like, okay, this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago almost. So you're like, okay, that's game engine right there because the pop-in is unreal. So obviously they're ready to go, right? It's going to be coming out soon. And we heard nothing since then. 2 years later, 2.5 years later, nothing. I'm hoping. I hope. Maybe they were like, they had some issues going on in the background. They're like, hey, look, the game was ready, and then we ran into a snag, and we need to fix it. So there's something went wrong. I don't know. I'm hoping we hear something. I'm hoping. Maybe they shelved it? I mean, maybe, Slim. But like Sean Murray likes to mention it in his interviews and in the trailers for No Man's Sky. They say, oh, yeah, we're still working on Light No Fire, guys. It's like, that'd be cool if you like gave us more information than we're still working on it. I mean, I appreciate you telling me that, Sean, but maybe a little bit more would be awesome. So they mention it in passing, like, oh yeah, we're still in the background working on Light No Fire. You can wish list it right now, and then that's it. It's like, okay, thanks. Some of us wish listed it 2.5 years ago. I'm glad he's not promising the world, but he's too mysterious with it. I think that's the double-edged sword, Diet Elf. I think, like, ideally, and this is my own perspective, I could be wrong. Ideally, you announce a game within 6 months of it releasing. You say, hey, by the way, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6 and it's coming out 6 months from now. Okay, cool. It gives you enough time to tell everyone, show everyone what you want, but also it's not immediate like, oh, by the way, it's out right now. It gives people enough time to get excited, get pumped up about it. But if you announce it and then don't show anything for like 7 years for Elder Scrolls 6 or something like that, people are going to start speculating, oh man, they've been working on it for like 7 years now. That means it's going to be 7 times as big. It's going to be 7 times better now because it's been 7 years. The longer you make people wait, the more the higher the expectation starts to grow. Like, oh man, they announced it and it's been in the works for like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years now. Man, that means it's 5 times better. It's going to be so much better now. And so people start amping themselves up, myself included. I get excited like, man, they've had a lot of time to work on this thing. Are they really polishing it? Is it going to be the best game ever? Whereas if you just say, hey, look, here's our next game. We're working on it right now. It's called, Jason's Boogaloo, and it comes out 6 months from now. Okay. We have a set expectation. We know you've been working on it. I'm excited to see more about it. But and that's what I honestly, that's what I thought they were doing. 2 years ago when they announced it, I thought, oh, okay. If they're talking about it now, that means they're probably ready to go. This game is probably cool, like ready. So they'll probably do like 6 months, 8 months of like showing us trailers and stuff and then done, right? No, sir. Nothing yet. You learned from last time that don't say everything that can do and it still can't yet? Maybe. But I do agree with you. Like there is that gray area of you don't want to announce it too early and talk about all the things you want it to do, like with No Man's Sky. Sean Murray was out there in 2013, 2014 saying, hey, this is our new game. It's a space game and we want to do this and this and that and this. And people thought, oh, they're doing all of that? It's like, no, that's our plan. That's what we want to do, but we're still working on it, And so there's that aspect of it. But then there's also the whole aspect of, hey, we're working on this game. It's our next game. See ya 20 years from now. It's like either somebody forgets about it because when was the last time you talked about it? Or everyone thinks, oh, man, they've been working on it. They've been stewing on this thing. They've been hammering it away for like 10 years now. That means it's going to have all these things because they've had all this time to put all the stuff in here. All of my hopes and dreams, they've done it because they've had 10 years to work on it. So I don't know. There's no perfect balance, I don't think. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I just wish, like, if they knew it wasn't coming out till 2028, don't announce it till 2027. Give us a, hey, look, the game is ready to go, but we're announcing it now for you guys. Hey, this is our next game. It's coming 6 months from now. We know it's ready to go now, but we want to polish it up and blah, blah, blah. I missed like 90% of what you started saying about Light No Fire, alas. No worries, Diet Elf. I'm just an old man ranting and raving. Don't you worry. I'm yelling at the clouds. I'm yelling at the clouds. We had a huge rant about remasters and remakes and Fable earlier. So don't worry about it. I'm old. Yeah, fair. My guess is they're being super cautious so they don't make the same mistakes they did on No Man's Sky release. I mean, I would hope so. I would hope that over the last decade, they've kind of learned their lesson. You can't overpromise. You have to underpromise and overdeliver. But at the same time, why? Like, what was the reason behind even announcing it at all? Like, if they never talked about Light No Fire, I would not have expected a new game. Like, I would be like, dude, no. They're a small team. They're 70 people. They put out a No Man's Sky update every couple of months. They're busy with No Man's Sky. Of course they don't have time for another game. I'd never would have a million years would have guessed they were making another game until they announced it. And now it's like, well, I know you're working on that. What's going on here? What are you doing? Can I see more of it? What are you doing? But yeah, if they never would have. So that's why I'm just trying to, in my brain, I'm trying to figure out what was the reason behind announcing the game. Maybe they didn't know it was this far out. Maybe they thought, oh yeah, we're almost done, so we can announce it now and it'll come in the next year or whatever. Maybe that was the plan, and now that's not the case. I don't know. But I'm just trying to rack my brain, like, why? Why not just keep it a secret? Because honestly, I'm willing to bet most people would be like, no, they've been working on No Man's Sky updates. They've been focused on No Man's Sky. They don't got time for another game. I do feel like we're getting a ton of sneak peeks with the updates we keep getting in No Man's Sky. Oh, yeah, and they keep mentioning it. Like the whole Corvette update. And Sean Murray just casually says, oh, yeah, by the way, we added the Corvettes to No Man's Sky because we have a boat building feature in Light No Fire. And then nothing else. You're like, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute. You want to show me that? You want to show me a trailer of that? That'd be great. I would love to see that in a trailer. Me building a boat in Light No Fire. That'd be cool. Nope. Nothing. Like, you get those little snippets here and there, and you're like, oh, dang it. I want to know more. Oh. Jason's Boogaloo, a third-person breakdancing survival crafter? Absolutely. With Iron Hammer, gifted a sub over to the Diet Elf. Diet Elf, you're now a sub over on Twitch. Very, very awesome. Iron Hammer, thank you. 07. Very much appreciated. Yeah, what would a Jason Plays game be? It would have to be a survival crafting game. I like the way that Windrose took it. So, I love the theme of pirates. I love all that kind of stuff. But I think what gets me on Windrose is the fact that the combat is it's like one level above Valheim. In Valheim, you just make a weapon and it's powerful, and that's it. In Windrose, you have to worry about your stamina. You have to worry about a strength and weakness on different enemies. You do have to on Valheim, but it's not as in your face as Windrose is about it. So I like that. I hate that damn stun in Windrose. My God, that stun is just unbelievable. They need to tone that down. I get that they're trying to balance it out and try to make it a Souls-like, but I've never played a Souls-like game where I get stunned for a decade while 15 guys just pound me into the dirt. That's like, my God, no. That stun. And then the other thing that gets me is that stun is universal. I'm a level 15 and a level 2 boar is stunning me. That should not happen. Like, I get if I'm a level 10 and an enemy is level 12, they're going to stun lock me. Okay, I can accept that. Make it shorter, but stun lock me, fine. If I'm a level 15 and a boar is a level 2, that guy should just be nuzzling me and doing this much damage and never stun locking me ever. I'm 13 levels above you. Stun lock should not exist for that. But yeah, there's been plenty of times I'm just running on the beach. I see a level 2 boar and I'm like, whatever. And he hits me and stun locks me and I'm like, what the hell are you stun locking me? I'm a level 15 with level 15 armor on. What are you doing? It's because you're in shock that it attacked you. That might be it, Slim Monkey. That might be it. My character is just like, really? Wait a minute. I didn't expect you to even try. So there's some things like that I don't like. But overall, I think it's very polished for an early access game. It's not perfect. There's definitely things they need to fix and adjust. But I really like that. So a Jason Plays game would be something like that. It wouldn't be. It would be more in line with Valheim. So with Windrose, it's a very directed, like, hey, you have a mission, go here. You have a mission, go there. Whereas in Valheim, they're just like, hey, look, the world is your oyster. Go out and find stuff, man. And that's it. They don't tell you where to go. They want you to go out and explore and, you know, be a loot goblin. Pick up all the wood. Pick up all the iron. Pick up all the copper. Everything. That's what I like. That's what I really love about it. With Windrose, it kind of feels more directed. Like they're telling you where to go. I want it to be open. Like, don't tell me where to go. Like, put stuff out there. Like, I like having missions. But I want to go out there and say, hey, I randomly landed on this island and there was a grave that had a letter in it. And when I picked it up, I got a mission. But it's a side mission that is not required, and I can totally miss it. Like, if I ignored it completely, I could play the entire game and not even know that mission existed. But because I randomly landed on this little island and I dug up some bones, I found the diary that had a mission in it. That's what I want. I want to have all that kind of stuff. Like way back in the day with Bethesda games. They had so many side things that you could find just on your own. You're walking through, you see a cabin randomly somewhere. And if you happen to go in and read something, you'll get a mission. But you could totally just blow right by it and not even pay attention to it and miss it completely if you wanted to. That's what I like. That's what I want. Don't give me directed, hey, go here, put a big mission marker on the map. Boom! Plop it down. Don't do that. Just say, hey, by the way, you read that note. You know that note has a mission on it, right? I'm like, oh yeah, cool, let's do that. Let's go find that. Tanya says, any ideas when Valheim will come to PS5? It's been my wish list for ages now. So, they announced that it's coming to PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2. They said 2026. So, by the end of the year. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be a fall release. It's not going to be summer. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe it comes out in June or July. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be more towards the fall. Like maybe October, November timeframe. That would be my guess. But again, there's nothing official. We just know, I think it's 2026 only. Like, that's the only thing we know, is that it's coming this year sometime. We could be December for all we know. I have no idea. Maybe they delay it. Maybe they're like, hey, we thought it was 2026, but actually 2027. But yeah. Don't know. Oh, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Eat this. Just get out of my inventory. Clean that up. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. We don't need this. Give me some batteries. Beautiful. Get rid of that. There we go. Now we're good. We're good and set up. We have a whole bunch of batteries. We're about to get a whole bunch of oxygen here. Nobody wants to land for me. I thought you were Jason the Ween's ult account or something. I have no idea who Jason the Ween is. Who that for you, Stymie? I am Jason Plays. We do a lot of No Man's Sky around here. I do a lot of survival crafting games. But yeah, we don't have any official release dates for Valheim other than 2026. I think that's the only thing they've said is 2026. And so yeah, I'm hoping it's earlier rather than later, but it feels like a lot of game companies are trying to avoid November as a release date simply because Grand Theft Auto is there. And if you come out a little bit before Grand Theft Auto, you might be okay. But I have a feeling that any game that comes out within 2 weeks after Grand Theft Auto, no one's going to remember them. No one's even going to know they exist. It's going to be Grand Theft Auto for at least 2 weeks, probably closer to a month. The entire month of November is probably just going to be Grand Theft Auto news. And it's going to be the rating of it. Everyone's going to be putting out stories. They're going to be talking about the multiplayer, if it's broken, if it's not broken. How do you find this object in the game? How do you earn this much money? It's basically going to be nonstop news cycle Grand Theft Auto 6 from November 11th until probably December. And so a lot of game companies are like, you know what? November, we're not doing that. We'll come out in October. Give us like a good couple of weeks before Grand Theft Auto destroys everything. Good luck, Jay. I hope you find a crashed purple solar on this icy planet. I hope so, too. Purple solar would be amazing. Diet Elf says, I recently started playing a new save with my partner in No Man's Sky, and it's been really fun playing the early game again after so long on your main. I try to every, January, I try to go back and play the beginning of the game. Just to kind of get a feel for if they've changed anything. Remind you of how weak you are when you first start out and you have, no protections whatsoever. It's like you get used to it. If you have a main save that has a lot of upgrades in it, you forget that, yeah, you die to storms pretty quickly, especially on permadeath. Let's get some more ferrite dust because you know I'm going to break my jetpack eventually. It's going to happen. The damn jetpack jumps. It's been wild how different the early game feels with all the new additions. I know, I've gotten to the point where I try to get Sentinel equipment immediately, within the first hour, 2 hours. Because once you get your Sentinel, multi-tool, you get a Sentinel ship, you are golden in this game. Whereas, 5 years ago, that was not a thing. You had to go find a really good fighter or a really good hauler to get going. You find a good experimental multi-tool or an alien if you want to do high damage. I just remember the somewhat empty planets and a lot of old pillars of resources you had to mine. Dude, it's been a long time since I played original release No Man's Sky, Elf. Maybe one of these Fridays we'll play original No Man's Sky, 2016 No Man's Sky, because I do love going back and seeing the plutonium and the huge pillars of minerals, iridium, that you had to use your laser for. We didn't even have a terrain manipulator back in the day. You had to use your laser to break down these huge pillars of materials. Having nothing stack, that was terrible. Your minerals stacked, your plutonium and all that stuff stacked. But metal plating didn't stack. Oh my god, metal plating did not. Oh my god, it's a shield for my ship. Dang it. That was brutal, man. Going back and remembering, oh my god, nothing stacked at all? My god. We're going to need that for a warp drive. We don't actually need that, actually. We're just doing a no starter ship run, so we don't need that. We're not a fugitive. There we go. All right. But yeah. The evolution of the game is really incredible. Dude, if you showed somebody in 2016 this is No Man's Sky, I would have told you this is No Man's Sky 2. This is the sequel to No Man's Sky, right? This is a different game. It's not No Man's Sky. This is No Man's Sky 2 or No Man's Sky Forever or whatever they call it. Nope, it's the same game. They've just overhauled it over, a decade to be insane. Up over here. Up
At
there
Michael
you are.
Beaver 4650
Michael!
has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Your OG NMS stream is fire.
Dude, we need to go back. I've never... On a stream, I've never finished it. I've never gotten to the center. But we've played a few, just wandering around and looking at everything. It's kind of streams. Maybe we should do another one of those. And thank you for the super chat, by the way, Michael. Very, very much appreciated, man. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Go back and play an original. I literally have the original game on a file on my desktop. Just in case I can just, swap in and out the files for my No Man's Sky on Steam. And just grab it. So technically it's not original. It's, I think the version I play is September of 2016 because that's after they've patched it up a few times. Because if you play day one No Man's Sky in 2016, it is rough. There's a lot of bugs, a lot of issues. You get into your ship and when you try to exit, it shoots you up in the atmosphere. Which is funny But it's also like, okay, I don't want to have to deal with a whole bunch of bugs. So I think I technically play like the September 2016 version of No Man's Sky.
At Walker 3005
Walker
has become a traveler. Thanks for all your great informative streams.
Well, thank you for watching and for being a member for 47 months, M. Walker. Very, very much appreciated, man. 07. The OG landing, yep. That's one thing I love, Elf. I love the fact that in 2016 No Man's Sky, you landed wherever you pushed that button. If you said land, your ship immediately landed. It didn't matter if it was on a building, on a rock, anything. You didn't care. Now, it would break your game sometimes, but it did not care. Whereas, you know, modern day No Man's Sky, you try to land for 27 minutes because it's like, sorry, landing area is not clear. You're going too fast. Landing area is not clear. And it's like, just land for the love of God. Just land somewhere within this half-mile radius. Lord. So I appreciated the original No Man's Sky, man. They did not care about landing. They're like, nope, land on top of that rock? Cool. Land on a building? Cool. Doesn't matter. Now, it did break it. So, to be fair, it did break your save sometimes. You try to get out and, nope, sorry, you're done. How many updates has this game had? Paul, if I had to guess, well, actually, you know what? I could tell you. I could tell you. So I have a file of every update because I always do the art for every update. So I have a file for every update. I can tell you right now. Website art. We've had 44 official updates for No Man's Sky. 44 of them. So yeah, I literally have Update 1, Foundations, Pathfinder, Atlas Rising, next update. I don't have them dated, so I can't tell you when, like how many per year, but I know there's been 44 total. 44 total updates. Chet, I have a question for you. Does anyone actually use the rocket boots instead of the melee jump combo? No. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. I don't know. Like, that's a good question. Oh, we should do? We should do that. I hate the boots. I hate the boots as well. I am not a fan of the boots, Mr. Papa. Absolutely, I hate them. Because the reason why I hate them is because I jetpack jump all the time. And if you have the rocket boots on, it gives you a half-second hesitation because you have to double tap jump to use your rocket boots. So if you tap once, the game tries to wait for that second tap, so it hesitates for a second. It absolutely drives me crazy. I do not want my jump to be hesitate. I thought my controller was broken for a while. I didn't realize, like 5 years ago, I didn't realize that's what it did. And so I thought, oh my God, my A button's broken because I keep tapping for my jetpack jump, but it hesitates. Like there's a delay or something. And I thought my controller was broken. Nope, that's just the jetpack boots right there. There we go. We'll do a poll over on Twitch and on YouTube. We will do a poll for if you use jetpack boots. Where is it at? Dun, dun, dun. And then no way. There we go. So it's on both. On both. In VR, you need the rocket boots to jump forward. You can't do the melee boost. Really? Not even you can't melee boost at all? No way. Well, I mean, I'm never going to play the VR version because I jetpack jump all the time. That's like it's like second nature at this point. I have to jetpack jump. There's no way for me not to. I mean, what the heck? What are you talking about? No jetpack jump. That's like saying no breathing. What? Oops. Alt tabbed in. You know what's kind of funny? When I see someone streaming Starfield, I'm like, ew. I think Starfield can be good. Like, it's my guilty pleasure. I like Starfield. I don't like this, you know. I don't like the procedural generation. I don't like the skill tree. But I think the game plays better than any other game Bethesda's made. Like, the gameplay mechanics of Starfield are top tier. Some of the best ones that they've done, that Bethesda's done. So if they redo, like, if the rumor is they're remastering Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. That's the rumor. If they are redoing Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, they need to put it in the Starfield engine. Because the gunplay in Starfield is 10 times better than anything that Fallout has had. It feels so much better to shoot guns in Starfield versus Fallout. You put it in, put Fallout 3 in Creation Engine 2. Put it in the Starfield version, the engine. Do that absolutely. It would play much better. It would look much better. Now, they need to figure out how to, not do procedural generation and loading screens every 5 seconds. But that, if I had to guess, that is a relic of their procedural generation. Because they heavily relied on procedural generation for Starfield, everything has to have a loading screen to kind of load in that instance, that procedural generation. Whereas, like they had the same problem with Skyrim, except they would do one massive load for the overworld in Skyrim, and the only time you had a loading screen was when you go inside buildings or inside dungeons. And so most people didn't run into very many loading screens because everything was pre-built, hand-built. It was a loading, you only loaded to go inside buildings or inside dungeons. Whereas Starfield is like, well, it's all procedural, it's all great, so let's just instance everything. And it's like, no, because that means there's going to be a loading screen everywhere. Even though the loading screens are like half a second or a second, they're very quick, it is still irritating to everything. Go in your ship, loading screen. Out of your ship, loading screen. Into a building, loading screen. It's like, you couldn't load the whole thing, like my whole ship? That would be great. No, it's all instance. Great, thanks. So I get that. So I'm hoping they learn their lesson on that. But Bethesda being Bethesda, I don't think they have. I've noticed in interviews, especially Todd Howard in interviews, he likes to gloss over the bad and focus on a good comment. So if you tell them, I love Starfield, it's amazing, I just don't like the loading screens. What Todd hears is, I love Starfield, it's great. Loading screens, he didn't hear any of that. He just ignored that completely. And that's what I'm afraid of, is that they're busy listening to all the good stuff and they don't hear any of the bad. They don't hear the criticism because they don't want to hear it. And if you don't hear it, you can't change anything. You think everything's perfect. It's like, well, no, it's not perfect. I love it. I think it's a good game, but it's not perfect. Like No Man's Sky. I love No Man's Sky, but the pop-in is bad. It's atrocious. And I don't know how you fix the pop-in for the game, but that needs to be fixed. Like, it's bad. It's been bad forever. Multiplayer in No Man's Sky is not great. I love No Man's Sky, and I want multiplayer to work. But if they just never hear it, if they just ignore it and say, now multiplayer is perfect, guys. It works flawlessly. It's never going to get better. So, yeah. And that's why I would hope for Bethesda. I'm hoping they kind of got the feedback of, people like Starfield, but there's this issue that we could probably make better in our next game. It might be too late for Starfield. It might be like, we built it and that's how it's built. We can't really do anything about that. However, for Elder Scrolls 6, we could probably adjust that and make it a little bit better. Or something like that. Take that nugget of information and improve the next game you do. Okay. I hope. I agree, multiplayer is such a pain with a number of issues. Yeah. I assumed a lot of chat enjoys open world crafting. Is anyone else into Enshrouded? Oh, Enshrouded is pretty good. Enshrouded is pretty good. It's been your favorite game this year? Oh, Elf, have you played Windrose? If you like Enshrouded, you might definitely dabble in Windrose. I think I like Windrose a little bit more, mostly because That theme is what appeals to me. That pirate theme is so good. I love it. They went all in on that pirate theme. I'm excited to try Windrose. I think you'll enjoy it. If you like, it has a lot of elements from like Valheim. They took a lot of elements from Valheim and Enshrouded and kind of mixed them together into Windrose and turned it into a pirate game, basically. And it's very good. There's rough edges on it for sure. There's some things that they need to buff out and fix, but it's early access. And for an early access game, it's pretty darn good. You're not going to stop for me? Oh, look at that. There's a solar right there. It's worth 14 million. I'm not going to be able to buy that. Yep, I played it too. Yep, Luna. Windrose is so good. Enshrouded is good. I need to get it in on Enshrouded. I think the 1.0 for Enshrouded, the full release for Enshrouded is fall, right? I know they've been putting out updates and patches, but I think it's not fully released yet, is it? Might be, I don't know. Just like Valheim. Valheim feels like basically a finished game, except for they have a little bit more to add to it. Yeah, fall of this year, yeah. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be a busy year. We have Enshrouded, we have Valheim, we have Grand Theft Auto, we have, hopefully, potentially Light No Fire. I'm praying and hoping. I'm wishing it into existence this year, I'm hoping. That would be great. Get some Light No Fire this year. If Light No Fire comes out this year, I'm telling you right now, I am a biased person. Light No Fire will be my game of the year. Unless I download Light No Fire and it just explodes my PC. Like if it melts my PC, I probably will have a sore feelings about that. But other than that, Light No Fire is November 15th. Oh my God. Right around Grand Theft Auto. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised at all because I thought for sure, like at the time, Starfield was the biggest game. It was like, oh man, it's the brand new game from Bethesda. So all eyes were on Starfield. And I thought, there's no way they're going to put out an update for right before Starfield. Why would they do that? Everyone else is avoiding Starfield. Multiple other games kind of moved out of the way for Starfield, right? Nope. No Man's Sky, they put out their update the week before Starfield released. And I'm like, what are you doing to me? The week before? Oh, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see a trailer for Light No Fire and it says like November release date. I'm like, oh my God, all right, well, Grand Theft Auto's out the same week or whatever, but okay, let's do it. Light No Fire it is. Oh, it would be a Sean Murray. It would be a Hello Games move to do that. Oh yeah, by the way, Light No Fire, our brand new game that we've been working on, that comes out right the same day as Grand Theft Auto. No, it'll be the day before Grand Theft Auto. Like, what? Wait a minute. Jason, have you tried waving at the passing ship? Sarcasm. I have, Oz. I have. Oh. Watch. I'm going to wave at the next ship, and I bet you it'll land just because it wants to prove me wrong. That's usually how it happens. I tell you guys how much it's not going to happen. It doesn't work like that. And then I wave, and boop, the next one lands. I'd rather play Light No Fire over GTA. I mean, honestly, that's where I'm at this point. I love GTA. Like, I like the open world games. I played the crap out of GTA, but not GTA Online. I played a ton of Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, San Andreas. I love those games as single-player games for me. I love just going through and exploring and wandering around the city and seeing everything going on. I like doing that. That's my jam. But if you gave me a choice between, like, a brand new game that was similar to No Man's Sky or Grand Theft Auto, I'd probably pick Grand Theft Auto. Like, if I've never played Windrose before and it came out the same day as Grand Theft Auto, I would look at Windrose, I would download it because it'd be interesting, and I would be addicted to Windrose, and I would play that more than Grand Theft Auto. Honestly. Oh yeah, Subnautica. Next week, Subnautica comes out. I gotta remember that. That's coming out next week. I believe it comes out on Thursday. I believe, right? When is Subnautica? When is Subnautica coming out? I think Subnautica comes out on a Thursday. Subnautica 2. Subnautica 2 releases May 14th, which is, yep, next week Thursday. Next week Thursday is Subnautica 2. So definitely going to be interested in playing that. So many games. So many games. I know, but I was joking. I know, Oz. I know. You never played Grand Theft Auto at all? Not even back in the day, like Grand Theft Auto 3? Grand Theft Auto... I mean... Most people started at Grand Theft Auto 3. They didn't play the isometric Grand Theft Auto original games. So, Grand Theft Auto 3 is like the game that everyone started out with Grand Theft Auto. So, like I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto 3. The one that got me was Vice City. Cool music, Scarface storyline. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was awesome. I love Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I love San Andreas. San Andreas was cool because that was the first game that I remember where you can actually, there was like actual RPG elements in it. If you ate too much, you got fat. You had to go to the gym and work out to basically get stronger. The more you ran, actually made your character run for longer. You would actually get more stamina if you ran. It was crazy back in the day. Like, holy crap, there's actually all this stuff in the game? You can do that? Now, we take it for granted. Most games have like some RPG like elements to them. You know, but man, back in the day, back in that time, you either had to play Elder Scrolls or something like that versus like Grand Theft Auto. Why does that have RPG stuff in it? I guess I'm old. I played Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. I remember playing Grand Theft Auto 2, I think. I don't know if I played it a lot, though. The first one, of course, PlayStation, plays some Grand Theft Auto. Subnautica got smart and put the co-op in this time. Good to show. Nice. I mean, I'm a little bit torn on that. It looks like Subnautica 2, Crafton kind of was taken to task about what they were doing. And so it looks like Unknown Worlds is all in on Subnautica now. But like 6 months ago, it felt like Crafton was going to sink that game. Like it looked like, oh my God, that game's going to suck. So I'm hoping that Subnautica 2 is going to be really, really awesome. But who knows? We'll see. We shall see next week when it comes out. I still love how Grand Theft Auto only came about due to an error in coding. I did not know that. Ah, here it comes again. Yep, exactly. Dude, I think I have. Like, I have the original games, and I need to, like... I do! So I have my original Grand Theft Auto Vice City. My original Xbox original version, like Xbox itself version. My disc here. Because I remembered they started taking out music. They lost the music rights. And I was like, dude, I'm not getting rid of my disc. That disc will have all the music, the original music and everything on it. So I have my original actual disc copy of that game. Simply because I need all the original music, all that stuff. Because I think in the remaster, they had to take out like a ton of music they didn't have any rights to. And they didn't want to pay for the rights again. So they're like, we'll just take it out. That's fine. I wonder if I pop that disc into my Xbox if it would play. I would assume it would. I assume it would. Oh, I have a rocket upgrade or a jetpack upgrade. How did I not do that one? What the crap? How do I not use a jetpack upgrade? And then Starship Shield. We don't need that. There we go. Done and done and done. Okay. Yeah, I bet you if I pop that into my Xbox, it would play it. My Xbox Series X. But I wonder, do I need to play it offline? Because it might update the game and remove all the music. I probably have to play it offline. That way it doesn't actually update and screw up my damn music. Spectral says, I couldn't tell if I got soft locked into Xeno Arena because the game said I had an invitation after I did a battle. When I saw it nowhere in my inventory. Uh-oh. That's not good. Nope. Nothing. Nothing. Damn. There's a building around here somewhere. I just heard it. There it is. It looks like an abandoned building. Oh, maybe not. I don't see any eggs on the outside. Watch, they're going to load in. Because the pop in. No, the antenna's moving. That's not abandoned. What is that about? Man, the inventory limits on permadeath are so rough. They are. That's why you'll see me. I'm running by a lot of stuff because I'm like, dude, I know, like I normally would just pick up everything because you have a stack limit of 9,999. In permadeath, you do not. You do not. So you can't pick up everything. You gotta let things just go by. Oh my god, can you not walk up this? Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Boom, 9. Just 9 stack on that. Look at that. 300 for normal stuff. That's why I'm not picking up my condensed carbon. I probably could pick up a little bit more, but nah. Get rid of some of that. That way I can make room in my inventory. There we go. Oh, it will immediately break. Maybe. This disc is kind of old. And it's a little bit scratched. So it is my original game. I lost the cover years and years ago. So I had to put it in my jewel case because I lost the actual game case for it probably a decade ago. Yeah, I have the original Xbox version. Not even the 360, not even the remastered, just the actual Xbox version. Just like I have the original, well, I have the Platinum Hit version of Fable. I have the Xbox Platinum Hit version, the Lost Chapters version. I have the case for that one. Yeah, my old man case over here with all my games, my good stuff in there. Got to make sure I have all that. Yeah, I'd bump it up a little bit. I like permadeath, but that's annoying. Yeah. I mean, and you can say, hey, look, I think when you go to permadeath, they do limit you a little bit. Like you can see, I can't go all the way down, but you can say, hey, look, where's my limits here? Inventory stack limits. You can go to restricted. You don't have to do a harsh. So I think restricted puts you down to 500. Harsh puts you down to 300. And then standard is 9,999. I heard that most CDs only last 20 years. Yeah. Well, they start, I guess, they start to deteriorate, so they don't work as well. So that's why I wonder. I should probably unplug my my Xbox or disconnect it from the internet and just pop that disc in just to see if it works. Because yeah, that thing has just been sitting, and it's not like I'm keeping this thing in really good environment. Ideally, you put it in an airlocked case and everything. I literally have it in half a jewel case. I lost the actual case. I got a jewel case. That jewel case broke. So I have half a jewel case holding onto a disc. So it's not being well taken care of. There's a massive GTA Vice City Definitive Edition playlist on Spotify. That's the thing, though, Zamboni. The Definitive Edition, I think, removed some of the music simply because they didn't have the licensing for it. So I don't know exactly how many tracks they had to take out, but they had to take out a few. What? We have a trading outpost. Trading outpost. That means I can buy a ship. I need to start getting a whole bunch of money, though. So now we need to start looking for... What's it called? Buried tech. So I have 4 stacks. Dun, dun, dun. I didn't think GTA Vice City came out on the Xbox. I thought it was only on PlayStation. No, that's the thing. It came out first on PlayStation. And then I think it was like maybe a year or two later it came out on Xbox. I know, like, the big story that Xbox at the time had was Rockstar approached Xbox because they were making this brand new console. And they said, hey, look, we can make it exclusive because Rockstar was looking for funding. They're like, hey, we want help with our new game, our Grand Theft Auto game. We're going to make it 3D now. It's going to be open world. You can run around in it. And Microsoft notoriously said, that doesn't align with our brand. So we'll pass on that. They passed on Grand Theft Auto. They had first crack at it. And PlayStation was like, hell yeah, come on. Get your game on our system. We'll gladly take Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, they didn't at the time. Xbox had the opportunity and they said, nah, we don't want that. Grand Theft Auto, no one's going to care about that. It's super violent. No one's going to play that. Fast forward 25 years and it's like, holy crap. But yeah, so you do have the original Xbox versions of it. And I think they re-released, like, you could get a 360 version, and now you can get a definitive edition that's on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X now. You can get a remastered version, but that's the original disc from, like, 2003, I think is when they came out, 2002. Because back in the day, when Rockstar actually cared about making games, they were pumping out games like every other year. You didn't have to wait a decade to find Grand Theft Auto. They didn't do a Grand Theft Auto 5 and then 13 years later do a Grand Theft Auto 6. No. They did Grand Theft Auto 3, then like the next year Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and then it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and then it was Grand Theft... They were immediately like back to back to back. They didn't wait around for Grand Theft Auto. Hello, all of you. Let me sell some stuff here. So I'm up to 1.7 million. I don't think that's enough for any ship here. I can get exosuit charts here. And that's about it. Okay. GTA London was good as well. I never played GTA London. How many stations were on GTA Vice City? Dude. It had to be at least 8 stations. And then they had the, basically they had the AM station as well. You had the one station that was just talk radio. That's the one I always listened to because I love the outrageous talk shows for Grand Theft Auto. But I think they had to be at least 8. But I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. I just remembered it was always, what was the, Vice City talk radio station? It was VC something. And then they had a new wave station I always listened to. But yeah, that was half the reason. Because you were driving everywhere, so you always had the radio on. Always, constantly. Spotify shows 5? No way. There was more than that. Vice City Radio stations. There's no way there was only 5. Maybe my kid brain remembers more. 3, 6. I'm looking at 9 of them right now. I'm looking at 9. 5? No. They had Wild Style, Flash FM, which was the good one. K-Chat. K-Chat was the talk radio. Favor 105. V-Rock. VCPR. No. VCPR was the talk radio one. Sorry. Radio Espinazzo, or Espinazzo. Yeah. Emotion 98.3. Wave 103. And then you had your MP3 / local. Because I remember on the original Xbox, you could literally rip your CDs to your Xbox, and then you can play your CDs in Grand Theft Auto. So, yeah, they had the MP3 player / tape deck player back in the day. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 official radio stations. 9 of them. In the original game, it might be different in the remaster simply because they had to remove some stuff. So, yeah, 9 of them back in the day. Dang it. There we go. Yeah. And so, yeah, I remember I bought the original, like the remastered, the, what do they call it? Was it the, what was the remasters called? What do they call that? They have it. I played it, and I was like, no, this is not it. Grand Theft Auto. The definitive edition. Definitive edition. They were not definitive at all, dude. Those new I have not played it since launch, so they might have made better. They might have made good on those. But I remember I popped in Vice City Definitive Edition when it first came out, and I was like, what is this? This is not good at all. So I'd rather play the originals, man. At least for me. I don't mind going back. The original games, dude, you want to talk about bad controls. The Grand Theft Auto Vice City was like, dude, somebody was high on drugs when they came up with a control scheme for that. Because back then, you got to remember, the control sticks were like considered optional, like on the original PlayStation controllers. You didn't have control sticks down there. And so it was all D-pad oriented. And sometimes you accidentally hit the control stick and it would just freak the game out. Like, that was like a weird thing. Now, every controller has 2 thumbsticks and a D-pad. Original PlayStation did not have those. So I think PlayStation 2 had thumbsticks. But original PlayStation, no sir. No thumbsticks on that, baby. You didn't need that. You didn't need control sticks for that. So yeah, I remember going back to the original game and going, whoa, controls. Like, if you play a game between 1995 and 2002 or 2003, dude, it was the Wild West. Every game had a different control scheme. Like, it was like, take a guess. And they all could be third-person, adventure games. Every game had a different control scheme. Every single one. It was a nightmare. It was the Wild West. And then Halo came along and said, you know what? If you're playing a first-person game, you need to have 2 control sticks, and one controls your vision and one controls your movement, your strafing. And every game after that has just adopted that. And then it was Gears of War was that third-person cover shooter. Every game copied Gears of War when that came out on the 360. And every third-person game took Gears of War control scheme. So now, most games are kind of unified. Like, you have a generic, okay, I know this left stick controls my character, right stick controls my camera. Back in the day, that was not a guarantee. Did I go in a circle? I went in a circle. This has already been used. Damn it! I went in a circle. Did I already grab the, watch, this is going to be the definitive thing. Did I grab the buried technology here? I did not. What? Maybe I didn't go in a circle. Because I would have grabbed this, for sure. This is buried technology. I need it. Wow, Crimson Desert, the controls are completely different. Holy hell. Yeah, Pirate Pete, dude. Prepare yourself. It will test the limits of your thumbs if you're playing on a controller with Crimson Desert. I will tell you that. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, dude, I'm doing a weird combo in this damn game. I mean, I love it. I think the game is great. But you have to get past those controls. And if you're not old school, like you're not used to some funky controls, man, it will break you for sure. If you didn't play Ninja Gaiden on the original Xbox, you are in for a treat. I'll tell you that. You're in for a treat. Go back and play the original Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. Oh man, I think they've re-released it. They did a remaster of it and they fixed it. But my God, the original game, your movement for your character was on this stick. It was tank controls, so the camera was locked. However, if you hit the right stick, it would go into first-person mode for some reason. Oh, dude, I remember nightmares about Ninja Gaiden. Oh, my God, dude. It was so... I don't know who came up with the controls, but yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Jason, use the shadows as a compass. They never change direction. Very true. I think I've done that before. I think I was using clouds before because I didn't think they moved. And it's like, no, they move. They move, Jason. So, yeah, you've just been going around in a circle, buddy. We need buried technology. That's what I came out here for. Because we have our... we know that there is a... what's it called? A trading outpost here. We just need... Oh, there you go. There we go. There's two of them right there. Boom. Beautiful. But yeah, Crimson Desert. And I don't know how you get it better. Like, that's the thing. I will complain about it all day. And generally, I like to complain, but also give a solution. Like, hey, this thing sucks. This is how you make it better. I don't know how you get it better in Crimson Desert. Simply because there are too many gaming mechanics in that game. Like, the controls are not great, but that's the best you could do. Like, I don't understand. Like, I rack my brain. Like, what other game will you have the problem of, well, you need to mine up resources with a pickaxe. You need to chop wood with your wood axe. You need to have a broom so you could sweep. You need to have, you need to have a mallet so you can knock down items. Like, it's insane the amount of different things. You have to have your melee weapons, your magic abilities, you have magical powers. And so you're just limited on a controller. Like on a mouse and keyboard, sure, okay. I could probably map a lot of those to my mouse and keyboard, but on a controller, you got like, I think 16 buttons. That's it. So good luck to you. Where's my buried tech? There you are. So yeah. How do you fix it? I don't know. But I will say, it is a barrier to entry for sure. If you can get past the controls, you could probably make it work, and you'll probably enjoy it if you're willing to put the time in to get past the controls. Does Tarkov have controller support yet? I don't think they ever will. You're mad. Maybe they will, but I don't think they're really going to do it. They're like, nah. We will just let you guys figure it out. Where'd the other... Did I get this one as well? Oh, no, I did. Okay, I got that one. I didn't have to unbury it, though. Okay, good. Perfect. No! Don't leave! Don't leave! Don't leave yet! All right. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. There's a traitor right there. There's a traitor right there. I don't know what his ship is costing. It might be cheap enough for me to buy. Come here. Don't you leave. Don't you leave. Oh, it's an A class. That means no, I don't have enough money. 22 million. There's no way I'm buying that. No way. I have, I think, what, 1 million? So, sorry. So I could sell you some stuff, though. I can make some money at least. That's it. All right. But yeah, so I love Crimson Desert. I think it's a really good game. It takes time to get beyond some of the rough edges on it, but it's just like Skyrim back in the day. I know some people get upset when you compare them. I'm not saying they're one-to-one exactly the same. For me, I'm comparing it to the open world, the exploration, the walk around and be like in awe of how much is there. You reverse time back to 2011, Skyrim comes out, and it was mind-blowing how much was in that map. Like, you were like, dude, I can go to every vendor. I could talk to all these people. There's locations everywhere. This is mind-blowing. It's the same kind of feeling I get with Crimson Desert. Like, for a modern game, for a map that large, and there's so many things to do and see, it's mind-blowing. It feels like that same feeling I had back in 2011 with Skyrim. It's that same level of shock and awe of, oh my God, how much do they put in this game? And so that's what I mean when I compare it. Come on, it's just 22 million. I know, I wish I had 22. We can grab some stuff out of here. Maybe we can get some good stuff. We'll see. Skyrim felt cramped after Oblivion. Kind of. So, I prefer Oblivion, you guys know. I prefer Oblivion. I think that there was so much cool, like, stuff there. But, what I think Skyrim did better than Oblivion was just the
At Michael
the
Diva
scale and how much was in there.
4650 has just tipped $2
Michael?
through Super Chat. Is Crimson Desert on Game Pass?
Not as far as I know. It is not. So it is a straight up like full price game. So it's $70. It's not even cheap like a lower price game. It's $70 and I don't think it's on Game Pass. So maybe, dude, they lowered the price of Game Pass. Asha, I was hesitant. When Asha first got in there, I was like, I've never heard of this person before. And she's taking over Xbox. And then when you hear about, oh, she was the head of the AI division at Microsoft. You're like, well, that's not good. Wow, that's terrible. But, that was my initial thought. My initial reaction was, this is not great. Microsoft is going to try to cram in a whole bunch of AI stuff into Xbox, so great. However, over the last couple of months, she's taking care of business, so I am glad to be wrong on me being skeptical. My God, she's kicking butt. So hopefully, I mean, the price is down what? They lowered it from 30 back down to 22. So it's not 20. It should be 20, but it's not 20. However, 22 is better than 30. You know, so I will gladly take something. I never thought they were going to lower the price. I thought it was anchored to 30 and they were going to add in more value, meaning, hey, we'll put in more subscriptions that you don't care about. Nope. In fact, they took out Call of Duty, which is like, okay, fine, that's cool. You can't get Call of Duty and then it saves me $8 a month. I'll take it. So is it great? Is it perfect? No. Is it much better? Yes. It's a much better move. So I'm hoping she continues for the next 6 to 8 months, just continues to keep doing it. Like, hey, you know what? This is wrong. We need to change it. Absolutely. I hope so. I hope that's what she keeps doing. You don't need the terrain manipulator for this cargo pod. I mean, I know, but I liked it though. I mean, they burned their bridge in the first place. I mean, Adrian, yeah, Adrian. I quit. I canceled my Game Pass in 2024, so I was really upset when they, specifically, I think it was Sarah Bond. She visited Tango Gameworks to celebrate Hi-Fi Rush and how amazing it was, and she wanted to celebrate the studio. It's awesome. And then like 3 weeks later, sorry, shutting down Tango. And I was like, you could release an amazing game that everyone thinks is awesome, one of the best games that year for Xbox, and it still wasn't good enough. So what the hell's the point at this point? Like, what are we doing here? And that's when I was like, no, I'm done. If they're going to just shut them down anyway, it doesn't matter how good they did, then what is the point of even having Game Pass? Knowing that it's not going to help the game studios. It's not going to save a Tango. So what's the point? So yeah. Jason forgot the 3 other containers. I'm not really, like, I got a cargo bulkhead. Counterfeit circuits is pretty decent. That was decent enough. But I mean, actually, counterfeit circuits is probably better than my salvage. So if I could get a whole bunch of those, I would be. But 9 times out of 10, it's always like trash out of those containers. So it's like, Anyway, I think that Xbox, Asha anyway, she's taking them in a better direction. I just don't know how far she's going to be allowed to go. Like, I'm hoping for a Peter Moore 360 era comeback. That would be amazing. I don't know if Asha can go that far. I don't know if Microsoft is going to allow them to go that far. Because if you guys, maybe, most of you probably remember, but if you don't know, when Peter Moore was the CEO of Xbox in 2003, I believe, 2003. I think it was 3. It might be 2004. I might be wrong on that. But right before the Xbox 360 came out in 2005, Peter Moore takes over, and his job was basically expand the brand, make sure everyone loves Xbox. Because our first console, first generation was okay. It didn't really compete with the PS2. PS2 basically destroyed the original Xbox. They hire on Peter Moore and say, hey, we need you to build this brand and make it into a juggernaut. And that's what he did. 360 came out. He was making decisions saying, hey, look, normally these games have 256 gig or megabytes of RAM. We're going to double it. The 360 is going to have 512 megabytes of RAM. And then the big thing was the Red Ring of Death came around. So when they were making the Xbox 360, they made really cheap soldering. And so if your Xbox got hot enough, like if you played for a while, the soldering in your Xbox would actually melt. And it would basically red ring. It would just kill itself, essentially. And it was like every Xbox. So like we're talking like I think it's over half. Over 50% of Xbox 360 would eventually just melt. The soldering would melt. And so they were like, okay, what are we going to do about this? Because more than half of them are going to get recalled or they're going to break eventually. Peter said, look, we need to do a complete, just send us your 360 and we'll give you a new one. Don't worry about it. That's a huge cost. They're basically losing sales every time now. But he called it, and he did it. And he did that, and everyone was thankful. Like, you were pissed off that your 360 melted. But you also were like, dude, I don't have to worry about it. All I got to do is send it back to Microsoft, and they'll give me a new one? Hell yeah. I had a couple of friends who went through like 3 or 4 360s, man. Every like 6 to 8 months, their 360 would melt. They would send it back to Xbox, and they would get a fresh one. Every time. It was crazy. And everyone loved them for that. It was amazing. You knew you could just get a new one. I don't know if Microsoft is going to allow Asha to go that far. Like, in this scenario, I would say your Xbox Helix, whatever that happens to be, they need to take a huge loss on that thing. They need to sell a console at a huge loss and say, hey, you know what? We want you guys to have the best experience ever, but we don't want to make you guys pay an arm and a leg. We don't want to have everyone paying $1,000 for a console. That's ridiculous. So the Xbox Helix, whatever it's called, is only going to cost you $499 or $399. And we're going to take a huge hit on every console we sell. However, it's going to ingratiate us with our brand. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, dude, you're getting an Xbox Helix, whatever it is, and it's super powerful, and you're only paying like $400, $500 for that? Absolutely, it's a steal. And you make money on the back end. More people buy your console, which means you sell more games on your Xbox, which means you make more money. But I don't know if they're going to be, if Microsoft is willing to go that far. I don't know. Can someone solder the letter L back in the word solder? Yes. Solder. I've always heard it pronounced solder. That's always what I've heard it as. Did I lose my my trading outpost? I think I did. I've been talking too much. But yeah, I like what they're doing so far. Like, they are doing all the right stuff. Lowering the price of Game Pass. Going through and saying, hey, look, we're going to take out Copilot. We don't want that in our Xbox. Awesome. So absolutely, I think she is doing a lot of work. I just don't know how far she's allowed to go. I have a feeling there's going to be a red line or a brick wall where Microsoft says, nope, you're not allowed to do that. You can't do that. I just don't know where that is. Or if Asha can pull it off and say, hey, look, I know traditionally we're not allowed to do this. However, if you want to grow the brand, if you want Xbox to become popular again and people love us again instead of make us the butt of a joke, you need to let me do this. I need to do this. Maybe she has that pull. I don't know. Obviously, Phil Spencer didn't and Sarah Bond didn't. I don't know what was going on. Like, it felt like over the last 3 years, Phil just gave up. Like, he was Mr. Let's do games. We care about gamers. And then the last 3 years, it's been radio silent. Sorry, we're going to raise the price of Game Pass. And, we're not going to support our games. Developers have issues with putting their games on Xbox. It was like, what the hell's going on over there? I don't know. So, yeah. Hopefully. We'll see. Time will tell. I think within the next year, we'll see what's going on with the new generation Xbox. We'll probably hear about, like, what it's going to be, like, what the name officially is going to be. Yeah, I think I lost my trading outpost. Son of a bitch. Oh, well, let's get an ancient relic over here. Let's see how much it's worth. Anything, really. But yeah. I think they became yes men to the shareholders. I don't know if it's a shareholder. I think it's more of, like, how I equate it is when I worked in radio, I had a boss that was above me. And anytime corporate would come back with some ridiculous request, they would tell us we had to do some stupid thing. And I would go to my boss and say, look, boss, this is dumb. Why are we doing this? He would say, look, we got to do it. We got to put up with this stupid decision because corporate doesn't know. But when it becomes too egregious, when they step over the line, I will tell them no. I will say, no, we can't do that. He never did. He never did. So he wasn't a yes man per se. He was a indifferent man. He always would say, like, whenever anyone complained to him, oh, corporate has this stupid new thing we have to do. Why are we doing this? And he's like, look, we got to do it now. Because if I tell them, his excuse, his reasoning, I should say, was always, if I tell them no, they'll just fire me and put in someone that will tell them yes. So I need to be here as the wall between you and corporate, because eventually when they go too far, I will say no. He never did. He never did. That wall never came. That line never came. And so I feel like that's what happened with Phil Spencer. I think he had good intentions. And it wasn't that he was a yes man for the shareholders. It was more of he knew that if he said no, he would lose his job. And so instead of losing his job, he became the whatever you say. He didn't care. Like you could tell, like over the last 3 years. 5 years ago, Phil Spencer was giving interviews to everybody. He was out there talking about all the plan. This is what we're doing. This is what we want to do with the games. And this is what our, we care about gamers and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, about 3 years ago, radio silent. He just stopped giving interviews. He just stopped. And I think it was him going, I can't do this. Because I go out and I say, hey, this is our plan. And then Daddy Microsoft says, no, that's not your plan. This is actually going to be what you do. And what is he going to do? He can't say no because he'll lose his job. I think that's what happened eventually. He just stopped caring. He's like, yeah, I can't. I can either keep my job, and he thinks, oh, I'll save it somehow, but he never does. He thinks he will, though. Eventually, that one thing, he'll be able to stop him. He never did. But yeah. So I don't think, at least that's my speculation. I have no idea. I've never talked to Phil Spencer in my life. I never worked at Microsoft or Xbox, so I have no idea. This is my speculation from my own personal experience with dealing with a corporate overlord. You get those bosses that they tell you, hey, look, I'm here and I'm dealing with corporate with you. I'm here in the trenches with you, man. I'm here with you. And you're like, well, dude, you're my boss. You can tell them no. And he's like, well, we'll do this thing because it's not that bad. But eventually, when they cross the line, I'll be there to stand up for you guys. And you keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it never comes. It never happens. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, they know, yes, if they say no, they will lose their job, and they don't want to lose that job. So I got a 224,000. That's pretty good. That's decent. But yeah, that's what I think happened in the Sarah Bond, Phil Spencer scenario. If I had to speculate, and again, this is me talking out of my butt. I have no idea. It could have been Phil Spencer didn't care the entire time, and he just talked a big game. But from my own view of things, you see the kind of change. 2020, 2021, 2022 even. Phil is out there doing interviews, talking about stuff on how the direction of Xbox and what we're doing because we care about gamers. And then all of a sudden, right around the Activision acquisition, when they bought Activision and they got Call of Duty and they got King and all that and Blizzard, all of a sudden, something switched. He stopped giving out interviews. He stopped talking to people. He would say, hey, we're only going to bring four games to PlayStation. And then 6 months later, it's, well, there's no red line. Any game can come to PlayStation. It's like, what's going on? I think that he had an idea, and he had an ideal of what he wanted to do. And then Microsoft said, actually, no, we need you to hit these points. We need you to be profitable at this scenario. And if you're not doing that, you need to figure out how to do that. And then he got to a point where he's like, well, I can tell them this is stupid, but all they're going to do is fire me and replace me. They never fire a CEO or a leader of a company. They will allow me to retire. That's what they'll do. Basically, they'll say, hey, look, Phil, you're going to retire in 6 months because we have your replacement who will say yes already lined up. Don't you worry about it. So in his mind, he was like, I got to do it. Got to do it. Because they'll just let me go anyway. And it will happen no matter what anyway. So I might as well just go with the flow. So yeah, that's at least what I feel happened. And again, I could be completely wrong. I am talking completely out of my butt. Never talked to Phil. That's just the impression I got. That's a shuttle. How much is your shuttle, buddy? Is it cheap? It's a C-class. It is 14 million for a C class. What the hell is wrong with you? 14 million. You are out of your damn mind. Are you out of your mind too? Is yours 14 million? It better not be. Oh, his is only 23 million. Holy crap. You guys are out of your minds. I think I have 2. I got 2 million, I think. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Yeah, I got almost 3 at 2.8 million. There's no way. I'm not even a 10th. 14 million for a shuttle. You are dreaming, sir. You are dreaming. Anyway, that's what I see. And then Asha coming in and immediately, like, there are some things that are probably have been in the works for a while, because with a big company like Xbox and Microsoft, you don't just kick in the door and say, hey, I want someone to change this thing right now. That doesn't happen. It's usually emails. I have to get with this arm of the company and the programmers on this side of the company, and it's going to take a couple of months. So there's some things that were probably already in the works already, and it just so happened to become public and actually implement when Asha took over. But there are things like the price of Xbox Game Pass that they flipped on a dime. Like last, September, they charged $30. They went up from 20 to 30, like overnight. That is a big thing. And then Asha gets in here and she drops it back down to 22. That's something that probably she pushed for, if I had to guess. Again, I don't work at Xbox. I don't work at Microsoft or whatever, so I don't know any of this absolute. But if I had to guess, that is something that she probably said, look, you guys put this $30 price point out there, and we lost this many subscribers off of Game Pass. We can't afford it. So you guys, we need to lower this price back down to reasonable prices. And she either showed Microsoft, Daddy Microsoft, hey, this is why we're losing money. We need to go back down. Or she just said, look, I need a blank check to kind of right the ship. You need to give me the reins for like 6 months or a year to get things back on track. And don't question what I'm doing. Just let me go. Let me go ham for a while. And it's going to cost us a little bit. But in the end, it will bring us back to where we need to be. Maybe. But I don't know. I do know that they're making a lot of good moves all of a sudden. So I don't know if that is a sign that good things are on the way, or if it's a sign of desperation because they messed up and now they're like, oh crap, we better fix this. And the only way to fix it is to just let Asha do what she needs to do. I don't know. I just know that it's benefiting us for now, so I'll take it. Jason's tried to spend low GEC prices on a Viking planet. Dude, I'm just saying, man, for a shuttle, he needs to rethink his shuttle. Look at that. Wait a minute. He was charging 14 mil for a C-class shuttle, and this Viking is more reasonable. He's only charging 10 for his B-class Explorer. Are you kidding me? Dude. You, sir, are a more reasonable man. I don't have enough money. My God, why are you so tall? I don't have enough money, but I think you're more reasonable. I'm at 2.8, so I need a lot more. So let's go get some more money. 14 mil for a toilet paper tube. I know, exactly. It's like, come on, it's a shuttle. He's one of those old school guys. He's like, I know what I got. It's a 98 Ford Ranger. I know what I got. Like, no, you don't, sir. Obviously, you are drinking. You are drinking. Down here? Are you a little bit lower? Where's my buried technology? Oh, no, sorry. This way, sorry. I was aiming the wrong way. Gotta look at the screen and go left. Maybe. Where the heck is my... There it is. My God. I just dug up half the earth for this. 14. I know, 14 mil. It's crazy. I stopped using Game Pass when they increased the price. Yeah, most people will. I mean, like, if you're on PC Game Pass, that's more reasonable. I think PC Game Pass is $14 now. Let me look. They did lower the prices recently, so let me go look, double check. And it will change depending on if you're in Canada or Europe. But if you're in the United States, essential tier is $10. Premium is $15, and the ultimate is $23. And if you're on PC, you get everything for $14. So it went down. So it's $14 a month for PC. That's more reasonable. That's where it should be around. $14, $15. Okay. 22, 23. You have to be playing a lot of games to justify that cost, at least in my opinion. Because you got to think, you're paying $20 a month. That is $240 a year. That's like 4 games. Do you play more than 4 games a year? If you do, it'll pay for itself. If you don't, probably not worth it. And then that's full price games. If you're playing indie games, if you're playing Windrose for $30, you're talking that's even more. You have to be playing like 7 or 8 games a year. So depending on your gaming habits, it used to be when it was $15 a month, no brainer. Why not? Why? There's no reason not to have Game Pass at like $15. When you get up to $20 and $30, that's when it's like, well, okay. Maybe you should think about it. Like, it's still a good value if you play a lot of games. If you're someone who's playing every new game and it's always on Game Pass, you're playing like 10, 20 games a year, that's easily worth it. That is well worth your money because you'd spend more than that on those games every year. If you play like a handful of games, we're talking like 3 or 4 games, maybe not. Maybe not worth it. Oh, I'm still having fun with my insect army. Nice. In the UK, if you get overclockers to build your PC, oh, wait. Why is it not scrolling down? You get a 5 years of Game Pass. Really? That's a good deal. That's a good deal. 5 years of Game Pass. Absolutely. Like PC Game Pass, $14 a month US. That's pretty solid. Not every game is going to be on PC, but that's okay. $14. Like, you're going to get the major ones. You know, you're going to get, Outer Worlds 2. You're going to get Doom Eternal. You're going to get all that kind of stuff. So, you just got to worry about the outside, like, third-party games that might not be on PC. Do we not have any more buried tech around here? I just see that one. I already got that one. All right, let's go up over the hill. I need buried tech. That is an above ground ancient ruin, which means it's not going to have any treasures in it. Why are you auto-scrolling not working? Damn you. We'll do this. Sorry, my auto-scroll's not working. It's pissing me off. There we go. I love PlayStation 5 free games every month. I mean, you get free games as well with Game Pass. So it just depends on your level. Like, that's the other thing is just like, well, do you get Essential? Do you get Premium? Do you get Ultimate? And then is the value for that level of Game Pass worth it? It's like, I don't know. With all the free games I've gotten on GOG and Epic, over 300, I can afford the odd game here or there. I only play one game at a time. That's another thing, too, Gunboat. I will say, like, when you're gaming on PC, and I know I'm not saying that PlayStation or Xbox does not have sales. What I'm saying is when you're on PC and you're on GOG, good old games, when you're on Epic, when you're on Steam, the sales are endless. And so you don't have to pay a monthly, premium for your online connectivity, which is another plus. However, if you look, if your reason behind it is, look, I've had my PlayStation 5 for like the last 5 years. I have a big library of games on my PlayStation. I don't want to leave that behind. Dabble in PC gaming, and just look at the sales you get. Like, granted, you're gonna have to rebuy them. I'm not saying it's gonna be free, but I don't know how many times I was like, dude, I have this game on Xbox. I don't want to get it on PC. And then Steam has a summer sale where I could get all the Assassin's Creed games for $20. I could get all the Wolfenstein games for $5. And you're like, well, I mean, I already have them on Xbox, but I can just get the whole series for $5 or $10 or $20. I might do that, and all of a sudden, after a couple years, all of a sudden you have your entire library again. And then some. So definitely, I would say it is a higher upfront cost for sure. It's going to cost you more money upfront to go into PC gaming, but you save so much money on the back end. There's so many sales. You don't have to pay for online every month. You don't need PS Plus. You don't need Game Pass. You don't need any of that stuff. You literally just, I got my games. I can get my free game from Epic. I'm good to go. I can get my sales, my summer game sale on Steam, and just go crazy. Get a humble bundle. Like, just, it is outrageous that you can get some good games. And then you say, hey, look, I really want to play this game day one. It's going to cost me $70. I saved money, waiting for the other game. So, or I'll wait for Crimson Desert. If they're going to patch it, they're going to make it better. So I don't need to buy it day one. I'll buy it, a month, 2 months, 3 months later, and it'll be on sale. I'm getting ready to upgrade an Xbox Series X. Use Game Pass almost exclusively. Nice. Heck yeah. Dude, I mean, the one thing I will say, Coldage. If you're going to upgrade to a Series X, you're going to be spending $700 to get a Series X. Now, granted, you could trade in your old Xbox to get a cheaper price. However, the Steam machine is right around the corner. Hold off just a little bit longer, because as far as I know, the Steam machine is just a PC, meaning you can download Windows, like the games for Windows, like the Xbox app on Windows, and you can get Game Pass, Windows Game Pass, and play your Windows games on your Steam machine and have the best of both worlds. I'm just saying. I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm not your dad. However, if it was me, if I had my Xbox One and I'm going to upgrade to a Series X, or if I have my PS5 and I'm thinking about upgrading to a PS6, instead of that, I would look at the Steam machine, and we don't know the price yet, depending on the price. If it's comparable to an Xbox or a PlayStation 5 price, that's your entry point right there. That is your entry point. You can spend that same amount of money, but get into PC gaming. Get the best of both worlds. If you have Game Pass, you can get PC Game Pass. Play your games on the Steam machine more than likely. Again, this is all very dependent. We don't know the details yet. I'm assuming it will work because Valve has come out and said the Steam machine is just a PC. It's not anything special. It's just a PC. It runs Steam OS, so it does that for it. But it's not like it's going to be locked down like a PlayStation or an Xbox. So yeah. Just saying. Did Jason just pass up an archive? No, I'm getting more money. So this is what I'm doing. I need to get more buried technology so I can buy a ship from them. So I have 2.8 plus a little bit more. So we'll say we're up to 3 million right now, but I need to get more money. Got to get more money so I can buy a ship from the archive. So I'm kind of strafing. I'm going around the archive. Where's my buried tech? There you are. Yeah, I know. I'm a huge advocate. So I have been a huge like Xbox player for a long time, since the 360. Like I had a PS3, I had a PS4, but I mostly gamed on Xbox. I played Xbox. I was console only. Like that's all I played was console until 2019. And then when I started doing YouTube stuff, I had to buy a PC that was big enough and powerful enough to edit videos on. And so I thought, well, if I can edit video on it, I could probably play some games on it, right? And I started dabbling in PC gaming in 2019, and that was like the best thing ever. I was able to get off of Xbox and PlayStation. You don't have to pay for your monthly online service. And again, I'm not saying that PlayStation and Xbox don't have discounts, but they are far more frequent and deeper discounts on Steam. I'm willing to argue a Steam summer sale is going to give you insane discounts versus a PlayStation or Xbox. Simply because if you have an Xbox console, I cannot download another store on Xbox. I can't download the PlayStation Store on my Xbox. I can't download Good Old Games. I can't download Epic Games Store on my Xbox. And so they know, oh, the only place you can buy your games on an Xbox is on the Xbox App Store. And so we don't need to give you a super deep discount. We can give you a discount. Don't get me wrong. We'll give you a discount. But we're not going to give you a Steam sale because Steam is like, dude, you can download Epic Games Store on your PC. You can download Good Old Games. You can go pirate a game. So we need to make it more beneficial for you to buy the game. And so I feel like get a humble bundle and just get it really cheap. So yeah, I would highly recommend. I remember your debates on whether to get a PC. It took you a while. I know. I mean, it was one of those things where I was like, dude, I have my Xbox and I have my library. That was my big thing. I didn't want to deal with updates on my PC. I was afraid that, I'm going to have to update my drivers and my PC and my controller and my game. I didn't want to update. And then I was like, dude, I got 1 million games on my Xbox in my library. I don't want to give that up. But I was convinced, dude. I was like, dude, when you see your first Steam summer sale and you're like, dude, I could get this game for $2? I didn't even think I don't even know if I'll play this game, but I want it. I want it now. How do I not have any ferrite dust? Oh my God, I'm going to die. Don't die again, Jason. Oh my God, I'm 3 off. But yeah, once you get in there, I had to get ferrite dust. Oh my God. All reality is a game. Damn it. I didn't have ferrite dust to fix my freaking... How am I breaking my freaking life support or my hazard protection? I'll never know. But yeah. Get into PC gaming. It is a huge upfront cost comparatively. I mean, not as much now. Because if you go to buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox right now, it's going to be $700-800 anyway. But it's going to be a higher upfront cost. However, you save more money on the back end. You don't have to pay your monthly fee for your online connection. You don't have to buy a game day one. You can wait for a sale and save money that way. There's tons of sales all the time. It's well worth it. Well worth it. well worth it. I'm sure Game Pass will be available on Steam Machine once it's out. Hardware companies like Nvidia publishers will do anything to get on the Linux boat. I'm hoping, Shinobi. So I would venture a guess that if you get a Steam Machine, you're going to be able to download the Windows Store and get a Windows Game Pass just like you would on a Microsoft machine. Absolutely. You could probably get the same thing. So you would be able to get like, hey, I want my Windows Store on my Steam machine just like I have Steam. So they said it's a PC. So you're good to go. Now, whether games will work on it, that's another story. Like Steam is getting very good about trying to get every game to work on Steam OS, Linux, but that's up to the game developers. So if a game developer doesn't want to make a game work on Linux or Steam OS, it's not going to happen. I have a feeling, though, more and more game developers are going to get on that boat and say, hey, man, we can sell extra copies over here. Then absolutely. Get it on the Steam Deck, on the Steam machine. Absolutely, we'll do that. Oh, yeah, like right now. I don't even know if there's a sale on, but let's go look. Look at right there, boom. Just go to the main page on Steam. There's an Activision publisher sale right now. If I wanted to get Call of Duty, Call of Duty Season 3 of Black Ops, half off. Black Ops, half off. Look at all these. Just boom, 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 boom. And this is just normal, like all the time. So this week it's going to be Activision. Next week it'll be someone else. Yeah, 40%, 50%, 50%, 25%. How is it only 25% for Modern Warfare? That thing should be $5. That should be $5. Yeah. You can get Prototype for $6. Singularity for $10. And again, this is a game that came out on the 360. The 360. Your backwards compatibility on PC is ridiculous. It's not like, well, sorry, that game doesn't work on my Nope. You can go back. I have Gun. You can get Gun right now for what? $6. You can buy Gun. This was an original Xbox game, I think. No. November would have been that would have been 360. So yeah, look at this. This game is 20 years old, and you can buy it right now. Pretty sure you can't do that on a PlayStation right now, or an Xbox for that case, or a Nintendo Switch. Look at that. Boom. 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 I haven't even heard of half these games. Would you buy that for $3? I don't know. I don't even know what it is. You buy SWAT for $6. Prototype, looking good for $6. Prototype is good. If you've not played Prototype, that's a good game. Anyway, and it's just constant. This is constant. Like, they just had a medieval sale where they were selling games that were they put games on sale that were medieval themed, like Kingdom Come Deliverance. It was like, okay. But I mean, there's just constantly sales all over the place. So yeah. SWAT 3, I have the CD version. Nice, Leo. Heck yeah. The Steam machine is going to look like a Steam app on PC. How I'm hearing. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen any details on the Steam machine or anything like that. Other than like the hardware itself. I haven't seen anything on the price or anything like that. We just see the price. And that is the big if. If Steam or if Valve comes out with the Steam machine and it's $1,200, no. Go get an Xbox, go get a PlayStation. $1,200 is too much. If it is, like, I'm hoping, like, ideally it'll be $700. That's expensive, but it's not as expensive as it could be. $700, not ideal, but reasonable. If it's under $700, that's the no-brainer. If it can compete with the current gen Xbox and PlayStation, then it's no-brainer. Get a Steam machine. Instead of upgrading to a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, get a Steam machine. If it's cheaper, even better. Absolutely, without question. But if it's the same price, if we're talking $700, don't upgrade to that. Go PC and dip your toe into PC gaming that way. It'll pay off. It'll pay off. So we will be ending, because I can't start another run. I have a hot dinner date at in 20 minutes. So I cannot start another run. I wish, but if I did, it would be more than 20 minutes. $4.99 is a rumor. I've heard that. I've heard 600 as well, Tack. I will be surprised if it's under 7. Like, in my mind, I will be happily surprised if the Steam Machine is under $700. I would love it. But my brain says just the RAM itself on the Steam Machine is going to cost like $200 or $300. So that's half the cost of the machine. I don't know. Like, that's not counting the processor. It's not counting the GPU. It's not counting the plastic. It's not counting the controller that comes with it. So when you start tacking on all this other stuff, $700 is like, you're probably taking a loss at $700. Would I love it if it's under 7? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I have a feeling it's not going to hit under 7. Again, if it's under 7, if it's under $700, you'd be like a fool not to grab it, not to get it. Who are we going to raid? We need to raid somebody. So we are going to raid who is playing No Man's Sky. Nobody is. So instead, over on Twitch, we are going to be raiding Cobra. Cobra is playing Star Citizen right now over on Twitch. You guys are going to go over there. On YouTube, we are going to raid. Who are we going to raid? We are going to raid. You know what? I have not been able to raid the Game Hub in a while. Let's raid the Game Hub over on YouTube, guys. Definitely. If you're not following either one of them, follow them. They're amazing streamers. You should be following. I will be back probably on Sunday. Maybe not. I have a feeling I've been streaming a lot lately. I don't know. But probably will be back on Sunday. But if not, I will definitely be back on Monday with Heather and Geck for some more Grounded. Either way, hopefully you guys have a good, safe weekend, and I will see you guys next time.